Good morning, Kitten Brigade. Insane Kitten here. We are back for yet some more Steins, my darling's race. Okay. Is this gonna work? So I don't know if I went too far in the game before my internet cut out last night on last night's stream. I think really at most it was maybe like a couple minutes before I realized the stream had ended.
もしかしてまゆしも新しいガジェットを考えたとか?
Wait, how do you... No.
そうじゃないの。
Oh, okay. You don't get the backlog if you hadn't seen it in that session.
一生懸命新しいガジェットを作ってるのは売るためだよね。
その通りだ。売って資金を得なければならんからな。
まあ今まで一個も売れたことないんだけどな。
天才の作品はいつの世も認められないものなのだ。
言ってることかっこいいけどダメじゃんそれ。
He's got a point. Any gadgets we can't sell are as good as junk. We should really figure out our marketing strategy at some point.
そこでマユシーの話なんだけどね。
There's that smile again.
実はね、マユシーはガジェットを買い取ってくれるかもしれない人を見つけちゃったのです。
That seems suspicious.
まゆし、それ本当？
実はマユシーは今までメイクインニャンニャンに来るお客さんにガジェットについて宣伝してたの。そしたら今日ね、お客さんの中で興味持ってくれた人がいてね、いくつかまとめて買い取って。
でかしたまゆり!
I took her hand in mine, and even before she finished talking, and I shook it with the force I usually reserve for doubters' greatest achievements.
おかり？
よくやったぞまゆり！でかした！
ほんと？マユシー役に立てたかな？
もちろんだ！なんなら褒美にバナナの1本くらい買ってやってもいいくらいだ！
オカリンせこ！そこはせめて一房っていうところだろ？
量など関係ない！そこは気持ちの問題だ！
And Mayuri looks...
マユシーはね、ラボの役に立てただけで嬉しいのです。
I'm never gonna be happy with the audio.
とにかくこれで資金なんともおさらばだ。もうミスター・ブラウンの横暴に屈する必要もなくなるぞ。
オカリン、店長さんのこと苦手だもんね。
Oh boy, I'm gonna try something. Mayuri's voice is always very low. We'll just turn down everybody's.
おそらくあの男とは 1万年と2000年前から敵同士だったのだ。
ただ怖がってるだけじゃん。
怖いのではない。ただあの特殊な容姿に少しばかり尻込みするだけだ。
そういうのを怖がるって言うんじゃね？
Fear.
なんとでも言うがいい。未来の展望に光明が差した今の俺に怖いものはないのだ。
あ、ブラウン氏が後ろに。
Mm-hmm.
あ、オカリン今ちょっとビクってなった？
なってない。なってなどいないぞ。
オカリン涙目。
だから違うと言ってやろうが。
あんまり騒ぐと本当に店長さん来ちゃうよ。
I'm always keeping an eye out on her voice. It's so low. Maybe that'll help. We have to like push everyone else's volume down. Ooh.
それじゃあちゃんとまっすぐ帰るのだぞ。途中で寝てしまって乗り過ごしたりするんじゃないぞ。
Oh, we got mail. What's this? Just for the record, you do realize it's winter in the southern hemisphere, right? It gets plenty hot in the summer. Please tell me you're messing with me. There's no way the great Hyo and Kyoma would make such a boneheaded mistake, right? Obviously, I was just joking. I was testing you. Duh.
知らない人に声をかけられてものこのこついていくんじゃないぞ。
大丈夫だよ。マユシーは子供じゃないのです。
She said with a childlike smile. I decided to see Mayuri off since I was hungry, and the station was on the way to a convenience store. She was in a good mood the whole time, probably because she was glad that she was able to help the lab out.
ねえ、オカリン。
With this. Wow, you're flipping out just because I pointed out your mistake? Lame. She stopped on her way to the ticket gate and looked back towards me.
あのね、送ってくれてありがとね。
どうしたのだ改まって。
だってね、なんだかマユシーはとっても嬉しかったのです。
Having said that, she resumed her journey towards the ticket gate. Perhaps she was just looking for a place to belong. I found myself at the brink of sentimentality but stopped myself before I could enter. That's not the person I am. Only the old immerse themselves in sentiment. Standing in this bustling crowd, I looked skyward to clear my head. As always, there stood Radikan without a trace of an embedded satellite. We're getting there. Getting there. I never realized this, but Okabe is pretty loud. Paris is always very loud. I'm just gonna turn these guys down, just for good measure. By the time I dropped Mayuri off, swung by a convenience store and returned to the lab, Dado had crashed on the couch. His GS sits open beside him. He must have fallen asleep while playing it. It looks like he's having a good dream. From time to time, his lips form a lecherous smile. He's still wearing his headphones. They're bulky ones too, probably a cheap pair themed after some game or anime. Mayushi's on the train now. Thanks for walking me to the station. I guess I should save these. Make sure not to fall asleep on the train. Get off at Ikebukuro. Got it. There we go. Most of the time if he's playing an edoge, he won't even wear headphones when Mayuri's around. I guess he's more protective of his non-pornographic stuff. What a weirdo. Whatever, I better just leave him alone. I'm sure he'll wake up once he's gotten some shut-eye. After that, he'll probably head home, or just go back to bed. It's not winter yet, so it's not like he's going to catch a cold without a comforter. I get up and head to the sink to make some hot water for some instant noodles. And then... oh god. A deafening bestial howl cut through the darkness of the lab. I thought it came from outside the window, until I heard it again. Oh, that's Kurisu. That was definitely someone's voice. And it came from the development room. Kurisu's the only one in there, it has to be her. Could it be that the gadget she's working on has suffered some major malfunction? Or could the failure of one of her experiments have enraged her into punching a hole in the wall? That'd be really bad. I don't even want to think about what Mr. Brown would say if he saw that. Hold on, let's think this over again. There's still no telling what really happened, at least not until I check for myself. I pushed the worst case scenarios out of my head and peeked through the curtain into the development room. And when I did, I saw something I couldn't have imagined. There was Daru wearing gaudy, almost gown-like clothes, and he was surrounded by Kurisu, Ferris, and Mayuri. Each one dressed in her own weird costume. Wait, are we finally getting to the portion of the game where it's like really quirky? Is this his dream? Ferris is still very loud. She has a very powerful voice. The scene was truly unreal, which makes sense given that what I saw was not reality. Merely an image on a monitor. On a computer screen in the center of the lab mems, including myself, approached Daru. Kurisu could do nothing but stare. It seemed like she was shaking, but I couldn't tell from just her back. I'm okay, it's super crowded and Mayushi doesn't even have a seat, so no worries, see you tomorrow. That's good, Mayushi. The sight of Daru and the others surprised me, but Kurisu was the only one in here. Could the horrors playing out on the monitor have something to do with the new gadget she's been working on since yesterday? Could this be a game she made herself? It's too hellish to watch. I mean, everyone has their preferences, but there have to be limits. And why Daru anyway? Could it be that Kurisu has a thing for it? Before I could finish that thought, Kurisu stood up. She turned around and jumped at the sight of my presence. As soon as she heard my response, Kurisu became flustered and timid. I know.
だがな、まさかあれを 未来ガジェット12号機とするつもりならばそれだけは許してくれ。
待て待て待て。あんた一体何言ってんだ？
だからお前が趣味でそんなゲームを作るのは勝手だが、それを売り物にするのはどうかと言っているのだ。
Oh no.
そもそもあんなものが出回ってみろ。とてもじゃないが恥ずかしくて外を歩けないぞ。
だから待てと言ったろうが、あれは別に私の作ったゲームじゃ。
Kurisu fell silent, and at that moment, I heard the sound of the curtains opening behind me and a shadow eclipsed us. Yay, morning stream, favorite stream. What's up, radio? Hello. You are like the first person to say hello here. It's been super quiet this morning. But I've gotten, because of it, I've gotten progress here.
人が気持ちよく寝てるってのに、一体何の騒ぎなのさ。
What product? I don't know. We'll find out. Because he asked, apparently Okabe asked these guys to make some gadgets so that they could sell them because apparently they're bankrupt. But he doesn't remember this. He's in a different timeline, or he used a D-mail, I guess, to kind of change time a little bit. So he doesn't really know what's going on. So we're kind of clueless. We're playing from Okabe's point of view, from reading Steiner from a different timeline. So they claim that he asked them to create some new future gadgets so that they could sell them. And apparently they're bankrupt, but we don't know why. How rude. Shame on you all. Oh wait, there's only 2 people and one is me. Lol.
足だ。
あ、マキセ氏。ガジェットの開発終わった？だったらちょっと。
Hold on, I'm still like configuring their voices. Mayuri is very like soft spoken, so I've been like tweaking ever so slightly just to get like the voices where I want them at. That should be okay. I think Suzuha's pretty loud.
うるさい、この変態。
Oh no.
なん
もういい、今日は帰る。さよなら。
Sayonara. That's very final. She's very loud though too. She can be like quiet, but then like when it's like more like comedic sections, it's like they're pretty loud with their little outbursts. Kurisu spat out her words and stormed outside before we even had a chance to stop her. Taro and I could only watch her in slack-jawed silence. What the hell just happened?
なおかりん。
なんだダルよ。
僕、マキセ氏になんか変なことした？
いや。
I considered telling him about what I saw on the screen for a moment, but I thought better of it. Hold on. My prediction is the product she made was probably some kind of like dream viewer. Like she was able to probably tap into his head. Maybe using the headphones, because he said that he was wearing headphones. So, and because her specialty is neuroscience, right? So I'm guessing she probably created a product that allows you to watch people's dreams. And it captures onto the screen. So that's probably what she was like watching, and that's what Okabe kind of like I guess caught her watching. You know, if he had told him what he saw on the screen, they might have figured out what the product was right here. Anyways, given my assistant's state of mind, it's probably wise not to reveal her secrets. So that's why Okabe has kind of jumped to the wrong conclusion here. He thinks that she created a game, I guess. I would love that machine. Because the dream that, or not the dream, but the scene that he saw on the monitor was of Daru, and like all the other the lab mem girls were like his harem. So then Okabe, when he saw that, and with Kurisu watching, he thought that Kurisu was making some sort of weird ass game. Anywho, A wise man does not court danger. And some things are better left forgotten. Frankly, I'm more worried about Daru. Somebody just shouted at him for no reason. That's gotta be rough.
なんかわからんけど、僕は傷ついたお。
No.
まあそう落ち込むな。大方開発に行き詰まって気が立っていたのだろ
そうは言うけどさ。ああ、考えれば考えるほど釈然としねえ。
You'd love a harem too. He keeps getting grumpier and grumpier. This might not end well.
くそー。こうなったら、こうなったら。
He looks angry.
う。待てダル、少し落ち着け。
こうなったら、ののさんにチュッチュして慰めてもらうお。ののさん。
She's right, Daru. You are a pervert. When I went to the lab in the afternoon, the curtains in front of the development room were closed. The banquet was a total blast. Let's do it again soon. It wasn't a banquet, it was a roundtable conference. Get it right. His neck, though. Or the non-existence of a neck because he's so thick. I assumed that I would find Daru behind them, but instead, it was Christina. It seems as though she's made this area her own personal nest. It's great that she's putting so much effort into development, but whose lab does she think this is anyway? Perhaps I should remind her. Is Nono-san the Nono from Chaos Child? Sup, Harrison. I don't know which Nono, who Nono is. You know what? That's actually a good point. Maybe it is a crossover, a bit of a crossover. Because he was playing he was supposedly playing a GS game, like a DS game. So I'm thinking it was like one of his games that he was playing. Maybe it was like a dating sim game. And yeah, Nono could be considered like a crossover here or something. But it's funny because I'm pretty sure in Chaos Child there has been references to them talking to someone that sounds like Itaru or Daru or something like that. I can't remember. I remember there was like a little bit of a reference to like a Steins Gate character, which I'm pretty sure was Daru. Daru tends to make it into the crossovers, I guess. Non-existence, that neck challenges tree trunks. What? Just before I could raise my voice to do so, she took my turn.
助手よ、お前に一つ話がある。
今ちょっと忙しいんだけど、重要な話なの？だったら聞いてあげるから手短に話せ。
She seems like she's in a rotten mood. This is the opposite of how things should be. I need to be direct with her.
いいか、クリスティーナよ。お前はあくま
She
でも
is
助手であ
a
る。
complete
このラボの
tsundere.
責任者は俺だ。
That's why I love her so much. It's like I think I have a thing for tsunderes, and she is like she just falls completely under the tsundere category.
それで？
Yeah, I think most of the characters I like tend to be tsunderes.
だからそれがどうかしたのかって聞いてるの。
I guess I like the hot and cold attitudes. I'm pretty sure I've said that before, like lots of times. It's not like a secret. I think I've made her mood even worse, but I'm not so easily defeated.
もしかしてそれだけか。
それだけとはなんだ。これは重要なことで、それを忘れてもらっては困ると。
それだけか。
はい。
Who's this? Ha! Mayushi's finally done with class! It's time to head to May Queen. Are you at the lab, Mokari? Let's save it. I don't know if I'm gonna go back and do like all these little text messages this way, but we'll save it for now. I've been doing like all the first responses too. What classes did you have? Because I think there's usually like an achievement for doing exploring all the different text message routes and seeing all the text messages.
何案ずるな。これも作戦のうちだ。心配ない。一見引いたように見せかけ、その実、こちらの意のままに操る。そうだ。CIA のマニュアルにもあるあれだ。
The CIA. Central Intelligence Agency and an information unit that reports directly to the President of the United States. The CIA's job is to collect and analyze intelligence in order to guarantee the safety of the state. They are said to have played a direct part in the host of historical events around the world. Crash. To fall asleep unintentionally when in the middle of doing something. It is often used to refer to falling asleep while chatting online or playing video games, though it is now commonly used in other situations as well. Oh, Nono-san. Fictional. One of the heroines in the ultra-popular dating sim Lab Place Plus. Her full name is Imogasaki Nono. Isn't it? Wait, hold on. Isn't this based on another character, Gasaki? Or something like that? I can't remember. Of the 3 dateable heroines, she's the most mature. Daru is playing the sequel, La Place Plus. La Place Plus Plus? I don't know what game this is, what this would be based on. Because usually when it says fictional, they're basing it on some, like, actual, like, anime or game. Hello, Ed the Rando. How are you doing? Good morning. Thank you so much for that host. I just happened to look over just to see that pop up because I can't, as you know, the hosts don't pop up on the activity feeds. It's like I have to catch that in time. I'm doing good. Doing good. I'm putting in some time into this visual novel. I like how he's whispering. I spoke the words very quietly and slipped the phone back into my pocket. By the way, he's not talking to anybody. He's literally just holding the phone to his ear and talking to nobody while he's doing this. Yeah, same. I only catch hosts if I see the alert in the corner of my eye. Yeah, like oh yeah, I think I remember talking to you about that. Yeah, because they stopped posting. So they'd stopped putting that in the activity feed because they used to put that in the activity feed on Twitch dashboard, but then for some reason they stopped doing that. So I was like, okay, thank you, Twitch, for not giving me information that I would like to know about. Oh, hi, Ed. Fancy seeing you here. Why, hello. It's like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not cheating on you. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I'll just go outside. I think that's the best for everybody. Fail. I have a fail command. After that, I had no choice but to go outside, where I unfortunately ran into somebody I didn't want to see. Uh-oh. Oh good, we can test out his voice. Wow, he's loud. He's got a big gruff voice. I bet you Nai is gonna be really annoying too. She's like a little kid, so she's gonna have like a really high-pitchy voice.
Mr. Brown.
Ooh. Failures need failure command. Joking. Uh-huh.
言っておくが、昨日はうるさい実験はやってませんよ。
That seems kind of over the top. Banquet makes way more sense. Anyhow, I hope we can have another whatever table conference sometime soon. Did I not just say it was a round table conference? Get it right, part-time some warrior. And yes, we're texting while talking to people. Even if I wanted to, Kurisu has completely taken over my lab.
そうじゃねえよ。まあ頼みっつうかなんつうかそう大層な話でもねえんだが。
Yeah, good morning to Dragriff and good morning Ed. Sorry, I don't know if I said good morning to you guys, but how are you guys? Thanks for being here. He blushed ever so slightly as he said this. Can you imagine like a big guy like that, like blushing while they're asking you something? Good morning to you guys in Thank you radio. Good morning to you too, or good evening, I suppose. Or good night? Is it nighttime or is it evening? I am quite alright, thanks. Big guys have big hearts. Do they though? Okay, maybe. For his daughter, maybe. This guy anyways. I found myself taken aback because he didn't strike me as a man who could blush. I never imagined that I would ever have to see a middle-aged man acting so tsundere. It practically gave me good goosebumps. In fact, I think it did. Here, let's see what tsundere means. Otaku type tips here. A girl who is usually aloof and acerbic, tsun, but becomes affectionate, dere, when alone with her romantic interest. However, the definition has become more broad recently. So there you go, tsundere. So tsun is like when they're like kind of like angry, and then dere is like when they're like being all lovey love or sweet. It's dusk, I see, so evening-ish. Late afternoon? Hold on, there's something else. Did he say he wanted to ask me a favor? My landlord has a favor to ask of me? That laughter is so evil. You guys have called me tsundere several times. Yeah, you have acted like it sometimes, or you're like all hot and cold. It's typically used to like it's typically used to like describe someone who's like, you know, hot and cold, or acts very like defensive in one moment and then all like shy the next. That makes me angry. I don't know, tsundere is I feel like it's not that bad. I feel like it's kind of a compliment. Maybe? I don't know. Like it's cute.
まず家賃を下げること、それから上でやかましくしてもとやかく言わないこと、それから今後俺のことは
There's a lot of demands here. Oh my god.
今すぐ出てってもらってもいいんだぜ。聞かせていただきましょう。
Damn it, he's taking advantage of me. But not for long. Although until my gadgets make me filthy rich, I will allow you to say whatever you want. Okabe is so intense. I love it. Because, wait, why did I pull up my phone? I pulled up my phone for some reason. Wait, I didn't... Oh, I pulled it up. I don't remember tapping the trigger button because this is the trigger button. Okabe needs some ice cream? No, Okabe is just a chunibyo, and I was gonna show you guys what chunibyo is. Chunibyo... Literally 8th grade syndrome, a term referring to a mindset exhibited primarily by teenage males, and also used as a derogatory term to refer to older people who still exhibit this mindset. Characterized by an affected attitude of nihilism or cynicism, extreme self-centeredness, delusions of power or superiority, and a consuming fear of being treated as a child. The person exhibiting these symptoms believes that they are cool, but most observers find them pathetic. Chunibyo, which is often abbreviated chuni, also refers to the fictional tropes that teenage males often enjoy, such as ancient conspiracies, superpowers, especially powers sealed in the character's eye or arm, Norse mythology, battles for the fate of the multiverse, etc. The consummate Chunibyo case will work such elements into his own personal backstory. Okarin is a textbook example. That's why he's so intense. When I looked down, I saw a small creature attempting to use his large frame to hide from me.
もしかしてこの子をどこかに預けてくるのですか？
バカ野郎！なんで俺が可愛い娘をどこかに預けたりしなきゃなんねんだよ。
The man looks seriously offended. He should really learn to take a joke.
明日から苗を連れて旅行に行くんだよ。たまには家族旅行しねえとな。なあ、苗。
旅行すごく楽しみ。
She laughed from the bottom of her heart. Mayushi's really bad at both of them. I'm jealous of Christian. Math and physics. Oh, okay. Actually, now that you mention it, what subject are you good at? No. Poor Mayuri. Probably home ec. She's probably really good at home ec. I am very, very cool and you can't tell me otherwise. I am not a child. No, you are stupid. Okay. Are you Chunibyo? Maybe. This girl really does love her father.
ま、そういうわけだからよ。ちょっとの間頼むぜ。
No, you are.
お願いします。
A family trip, eh? Well, summer break is probably the right time to do it. Though I don't like her calling me uncle.
じゃ、よろしく頼んだぜ。
Mr. and Sister Brown started walking toward the main street, Chuodori. They must be heading off to get some things they need for their trip. Though, now that I think about it, I forgot to ask where they were going. Most likely a beach or something. It is summer after all. I can't imagine anyone would break into a store full of nothing but CRT TVs, so I probably won't have to be too cautious. Huh? Wait. If Mr. Brown's away, does that mean I can do as many D-mail experiments as I want? I probably put Kurisu's endeavors on pause and get back to sending D-mail. This requires consideration. No. Anyway. Shortly after talking to the Brown family, I made my own way to Chuodori. Akihabara was full of people milling about, fitting for a Saturday. I wandered over here without any particular destination in mind. I entertained the idea of returning to the lab, but Kurisu is in a very bad mood right now. I'm not at all afraid of her, but you don't walk into a cage of a fearsome beast wearing a suit made out of steak. Still, it's pointless wandering around here. Now, don't sweat the details. By the way, did you know that there's like a bike store in the back of this building? Everything's way too pricey. Yeah, all you could afford was a unicycle. Look, if you're gonna change the subject, at least use a newer joke. Lol. Do you think Lime is a Chunibyo, or he's being ironic? I like to think of maybe he's a Chunibyo. What should I do? Oh. I'm in front of the Yorobashi in Akihabara, Moeka. My pondering was cut short by a message. Is this a story message? I'm in front of the Yorobashi in Akihabara. That was all it said. Nothing else. Yorobashi is a big electronics store near the station for reference. Could I have promised to meet with Finger today? Not that I can remember. Then what on earth is going on? Forcing myself to figure things out wasn't getting me anywhere, so I gave up. You could just text her. In front of Akiba UPX. A lot has changed around here. I'm suddenly reminded of what Daru said. Home ec and PE. Achievement unlocked. Strong and simple hostage. Home ec, hey? That's not too surprising. You're always using your hands and making costumes. You got another one in the queue for Kamima, right? Wait, did she say PE? PE. So that means she's like really good athletically? I thought she was supposed to be clumsy. No, I'm sure he's well collected, RL. Yes, he is. He probably is. But like, that's the same thing of Chunibyo doesn't mean you're not like you're insane. It just means like kind of like a sort of a playful mindset, I guess. Like Okabe is definitely like he's a smart guy. He's just, you know, it's just something he plays along with, or he plays up to sort of like motivate people and stuff, and hang out with his friends. Whoever mentioned insane, I hate to go, but I should probably find something to eat. Okay, you go get something to eat. I'm suddenly reminded of what Daru said about the band Phantasm hijacking the airways yesterday around noon. There's a big scene up above me. I imagine all the screens around here showing the same footage at the same time. I'm getting emotional just thinking about thinking that we, the future gadget laboratory, will be able to do something similar. Another email. I'm at Akihabara Station, Moeka. Okay. And the subject is just Okabe-kun. Well, the station is just around the corner. If she's moving, it's less likely that we'd made plans to meet. I have no idea what she's trying to tell me. Again? The interval between messages is getting shorter. Wait, oops. I know without checking that it's from Finger, I open the message with the touch of a button. I'm near UPX. Moika. Is she getting closer? But there's no way she could know where I am right now. Then, is this a coincidence? Or... Here's another. I'm strangely hesitant to read it, but they're coming in fast now. Could it be? Fear in my heart. I opened my inbox. That's all. No matter how I try, I cannot will any more text into being. What the hell?
今あなたの後ろにいるの
That's spooky. I heard someone whisper in my ear and whipped around to see who it was. And there stood Kiryu Moika.
驚いたな
何なのだ一体何がしたいのだ
姿が見えたから
姿が見えたら驚かせるのかお前は
驚いた
驚いてなどいない
I felt as though my heart was ready to burst from my chest.
しかしいくら駅前がそこだと言っても早すぎるだろ
That's true.
まさか貴様やはり機関の手のものか
期間
とぼけても無駄だその能力ひょっとしてライトニングスピードか
More dumb
携
names.
帯メールの早打ちだけが特技だと思ったがまさかそんな力まで持っているとは
Moika. Doki.
はっきり言おうどうやら俺はお前のことを侮っていたようだ
ただずっとそこにいただけ
She was here the whole time?
何
Walking around the area when I spotted you, I just wanted to play a little prank. Sorry, Moika. Oh, so she just texted him that she was at these random places that were farther away. So she just saw me there and played a prank on me with her cell phone. It's as simple as that. However, I'm not sure how she could pull a prank like that without so much as cracking a smile. I really don't get her. But something's weird. The Moika I knew certainly wasn't mischievous enough to pull a prank. Perhaps her personality has changed due to the influence of this world line? What are you doing here, Okabe-kun? Moika. She could just ask me that.
俺はこの世界を把握するために情報収集に勤しんでいたところだ
Oh, then that means you're free, Moika.
待てお前は俺の言ったことを聞いていなかったのか
This freaking exchange. I heard. So you're just hanging around? Morga. Jeez, it seems like she didn't understand. I would happily elaborate about my plans, but having a conversation with someone who communicates mostly through text is tiring.
とにかく俺はこれから用事があるのだ
Wait, I thought he wandered over here without a destination in mind because he was trying to get away from Kurisu at the lab because she was grumpy. Like what? Morga, business? Not really.
なああれだ実はメイクインニャンニャンで用があって行かねばならないのだ
I actually just came up with the idea because it's nice and cool in there.
どうした
そういうところ
Oops.
どうしたもしかしてお前も行きたいのか
苦手だから
That was the answer I expected. And yet... I had to head to work. Bye-bye, Moika. She sounded kind of sad when she said that she didn't like those places. Maybe I'm overthinking it? After we parted ways, I browsed some of the PC parts shops until it got dark. Kamima cosplay. Yeah, it's super duper cool. Maishi will show you when it's done. Okay. Though lately it seems like the heat just lingers after the sun goes down. I set out in search of a cool beverage. I imagine I'd find it at the cafe, validating what I told Moika. Meikui Nyanya is a cafe where Mayuri and Ferris work. Since it's so close to our lab, I stop in every once in a while. A joke? Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, she doesn't know how to joke. And here he thought it was a joke. I started walking toward the stairs leading to the cafe and saw a man at the bottom. Another customer? But he's not going into the cafe, just looking at it. Besides, this man's so handsome it looks like he was crafted by Gaia herself. I can imagine he patronizes places like this. When it became clear that he wasn't planning on going in, I started to walk past him. That's when he turned. Wait, this guy? As he did, our shoulders... Wait, our shoulders made impact. His reaction was intense.
てめえ、どこ見て歩いてんだ?
His voice is really loud. He glared at me with obvious displeasure.
失礼。
He pissed me off, but getting involved with someone like this can't end well. Better to just let the whole thing go. As I continued my march toward the cafe, he called out from behind me and stopped me.
おいてめえ、まさか今からこの店に入るってんじゃねえだろうな。
は？
だとしたら、ストリートという劇場に舞い降りた俺が一つ忠告しといてやるぜ。こんなクソな店、入るだけ時間と金の無駄だ。なんたってここにはメス猫しかいねえからな。いいか、これは熱くほど走る伊達丸の血を宿した俺からの忠告だ。この店に行くのはやめておくんだな。さもないとブリリアントな罠に籠絡されちまうぜ。
Seemingly satisfied with having said that, he walked away bobbing his head to some unknown tune. What was he trying to tell me? His words sounded fancy, but they didn't actually make any sense. A brilliant trap? I didn't know what he was talking about, nor did I care. I decided to head up the stairs into the cafe. I bet you Lukako is there, maybe?
おかえりなさいませ、ご主人様。おかえりなさいませ、ご主人様。
As I entered the cafe, two maids greeted me. Ferris is so loud. One of them was obviously Ferris, but the maid with the blonde ponytail was harder to recognize as Mayuri.
あ、おかりんだ。おかえりなさいませ、おかりん。今日はダルくんが来てたんだけど、ついさっき帰っちゃったよ。
Hello, K3. Sorry, I don't know. I don't read Korean, so I'm not sure what you were saying. 안녕하세요? 안녕하세요? That's the only Korean I know. I'm probably butchering it. Wait, oh, that was his line. Just here were you, Daru. He's a frequent patron of this cafe and usually visits at least a couple times a week. Primarily because he's such a big Ferris fan. He's always talking about being devoted to his 2D wives, but I guess she's the exception.
おかえりなさいませ、今日は。こちらの席へどうぞ、だにゃ。
Yeah. Hello. How are you doing today? And
そういえ
welcome.
ばマユリ、
Wait, I didn't read those. Ferris did exactly that. Okay.
ちょうどここに入る直前に変な男に会ったのだが。
変な男？
ああ、階段の下からこの店をじっと見上げていた。ひょっとしたらこの店から出てきた客かとも思ってな。
お客さん？どんな人だったかな？
真っ黒な服にグラサンをかけた痛い感じのやつだ。
サングラスに黒い服。今日はそんなお客さん来てなかったかにゃ。
Mayuri took some time to think before she answered.
そうか。明らかに何か曰くありげな感じだったんだが。
なんだろう。フェリスちゃん、何か心当たりあるかにゃ？
Mayuri really seemed like she didn't know the guy, but Ferris? had her brow furrowed in a look of seriousness.
フェリスちゃん、
もしかして心当たりあるのか？
ひょっとしたら。
Oh no, she's gonna make up something, isn't she? This was the soberest tone Mairi and I had ever heard from Ferris, and we both bristled with anxiety.
その人は10年前に武者修行の旅に出ると言ったままいなくなったフェイリスのお兄ちゃんにゃ。
は？
フェイリスのお兄ちゃんは10年前ゲルマン流忍術をマスターすると言い残して家を飛び出していったんだにゃ。
German ninjutsu? What in the world?
それがまさかこの町に戻ってくるにゃんて。あ、もしかしてお兄ちゃんは今までもフェイリスのことを陰で見守ってくれていたんじゃ。
Ferris is so loud.
そういえば毎月メイクインに送られてくる群青色のバラ、あれはそうにゃ、群青色のバラの人はお兄ちゃんだったんだにゃ。
マユリよ、毎月この店にはそんなものが送られてくるのか？
マユシーは見たことないにゃ。
そうか。
Oh, I missed that. This was a mistake. I went looking for an answer and wound up in a nest of lying vipers. But I guess this was to be expected.
今すぐ追いかけなきゃ。ねえ京馬、その人はどこへ向かったにゃ。
Ferris looked nearly teary-eyed with desperation. I should have seen this coming.
ねえ京馬ってば、お願い教えて。
それはできないのだ、フェイリス。
どうしてにゃ。
なぜだ、それが奴との約束だからだ。
約束。それじゃあまさか京馬は今までそのことを知ってて黙っていたのかにゃ。
Hello again. Welcome back from meal? Dinner? How was your dinner?
ひどいにゃ。どうして今まで教えてくれなかったのにゃ。京馬のバカ。
Baka.
すまない、フェイリス。
ね、マユシーは接客してくるですにゃ。
Ferris and I continued our meaningless conversation for another 10 minutes. When we'd finally finished, I placed an order. Nobody would enjoy a cafe where they had to wait 10 minutes before they placed an order. They'd run the other way. I have a favor to ask. Could you tell me what sort of things Okabe-san likes? Wait, why is she sending this to me? Did she send this to the wrong, or did Lukako text the wrong person? I only know 2 words in Korean. Neko Mayuri, yeah, that's her costume in the May Queen Yan Yan waitress outfits. You're eating it right now. I see we've made a Korean friend. Yeah. Let's reply. Dr. P and Soft Row. I like how it's all jiggly like a brain. And my name isn't Okabe, it's Hyoin Kyoma. Let's see what Lukako responds with. Because it almost sounds like... Because like she said, what sort of things Okabe-san likes? It almost sounds like she's talking to someone else. Like she's asking someone else for advice here. Or he, sorry. The ones Lime taught you? Oh, okay. Like, Anya, oh no wait, I don't know, what has he taught you? Lime teaches a lot of different things. However, I don't think that Ferris would put other customers through all this. And this place is pretty popular for this neighborhood. It translates to mandibular payless joker? What? What does that mean? I have no idea. Are you serious? That, like, you mean what, Keke? Keke? I'm not sure what to call you, Keke, since I can't read your name. And in English, it's just QE3. Keke. I don't know, I read that as Keke. Keke kind of reminds me of like Kek W. Especially on the weekend, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to find a seat today, but looking around, there were actually a few spots open. Well, I guess it's only natural since it's in the middle of the afternoon. Regardless, such trivial things don't bother me.
お待たせいたしました。ホットコーヒーブラックですにゃん。
Are you sure you're translating that correctly? She couldn't have brought me coffee at a better time.
何ですかにゃ？
例のあれの話だが。
例のあれって何ですかにゃ？
だから例のガジェットを買ってくれるという人物の話だ。今日は来ていないのか？
ああ、そっか。その話か。今日はその人まだ来てないにゃ。
そうか。
I thought I might run into him by chance, but I guess it's not that easy. That was, in fact, the reason I came here today. But I'm afraid I'm skunked. So I asked her one more thing.
ところで、最近は忙しいのか？
うん、ここでのお仕事もあるし、それから学校の宿題もあるし、それからコミマ用のコスプレ衣装も作らなきゃいけないし、すっごく忙しいかも。
Komima is a big otaku event held every summer and winter. The next one starts on the 15th and will run for 3 days. Mayuri's hobby is making cosplay costumes, and it sounds like she's making a few this year. She's not making them for herself to wear, but for other people. But that's not what I wanted to hear.
俺が言っているのは、お前ではなくフェイリスのことだ。
フェリスちゃん？
Ferris overheard Mayuri saying her name and came toward us.
にゃににゃに？もしかしてフェイリスの話してるのかにゃ？
聞こえていたのか？
にゃふふ。それくらいフェイリスの能力、ヒアリングインフェルノにかかれば簡単なことだにゃ。
As she laughed, the cat ears atop her head twitched. Can those cat ears really hear things?
それでフェイリスの何の話をしていたのかにゃ？あのね、オカリンがフェリスちゃん疲れてるんじゃないかって。にゃにゃ。
Ferris cute mean. She is very cute. They're both cute. Ferris and Mayuri. Both. I can't put my finger on why, but I felt like Ferris looked uncomfortable while we were talking earlier. And when she said she had something to do after our party the other day...
ねえ、ひょっとして今日はフェイリスのこと心配してくれてるのかにゃ？
Kenya?
心配だと。
Even if it were true, I couldn't admit it. Because I am a mad scientist!
お前は何を言っているのだ。この法王隠居魔が他人の心配だと笑わせる。俺はただお前が弱っているならそこにつけ込んで恩を売ることで一生俺の手足として使うべく算段を立てていただけだ。
Betrayal after a brief moment of joy will make the sadness all the stronger. Go ahead and cry, your tears have no effect on me! Who this? You're interrupting. I'm sorry, I thought it was mailing Mayuri-chan. I'm so sorry, Kyoma-san. But thanks for answering my question. It made me super happy. Aw. See, I thought so, because yeah, she usually calls him Kyoma, because he always insists on being called Kyoma, and Lukako is one of the few people who will actually humor him. Have you played Steins Gate before? Elephant! Excuse me? What's this about elephant? Wait, are you calling Lukako elephant? I thought you called the Mayuri elephant. Yeah, you played? Oh, okay. Have you played this one? Have you played the My Darling's Embrace? This particular one? Yeah, see, I thought so though. Like with wait, is there there's an attachment? Why did he attach this? That's random. Can we use it as a wallpaper now? Confirm. We are now Onotaku. No, Luca. Really? I'm pretty sure you called the... Oh, wait, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You did call Lukaku that, and then now I know why. Go ahead and cry. Oh, I already read this.
もっと悲嘆にくれるがいい。なぜなら、その悲しみという感情こそが、この俺の血となり肉となり。
今日も優しいにゃ
Oh, that's so loud. She suddenly took my right hand.
な
でも心配しなくても大丈夫にゃ。フェイリスはこの通りいつでも元気いっぱいなのにゃ。
No, I don't have the memory of an
お前は俺の
elephant.
話を聞いていなかったのか。
にゃにゃにゃにゃにゃ
Ferris seemed unfazed and happily swung my arm. The other customers are looking at me. I get the feeling that their desire to murder me is increasing by the second. This isn't good. I have to do something fast. In my panic, I turn to Mayuri and ask her for help. Yeah.
おい、マユシーニャンニャン。お前からも何とか言ってやってくれ。
そっかー。オカリンが本当は優しい人だってことフェリスちゃんが分かってくれてマユシーも嬉しいよ。じゃあマユシーも一緒にやるにゃ。分かったにゃ。
Mayuri grabbed my left hand and they both kept swinging their respective arm. So, he's got like two girls, two very cute cosplay girls, like swinging his arms in this cafe, and everyone's all like, "What does this guy got that I don't?"
にゃんにゃにゃんにゃにゃん。
Yeah.
The lucky bastard. I grew more and more uncomfortable under the other patrons' glaring eyes. I'm fine with being conspicuous, but I don't like being made conspicuous. Yeah. It's kind of funny that he doesn't like being forced to be conspicuous, even though he likes to be in control of his conspicuousness. I stayed at the cafe in hopes of meeting our mystery customer, but he never appeared. By the time I left, the sun had set. And maybe Kurisu won't be so grumpy. Aw, look at this picture of Kurisu. They're so cute. It's so cute. Although, I don't know why, but the lab coat on her looks kind of slightly oversized. She normally doesn't... Normally, in most pictures of her, she doesn't wear... Like, her lab coat's usually, like, really fitted. Where'd her nose go? There's a hint of the nose there. You can see the highlight of her nose at the end there. Oh. I returned to the lab to find Kurisu asleep on the couch, but Daru was nowhere to be seen. Which means... Kawaii. The development room is finally at my disposal. Based on the previous experiences, the phone wave named subject to change only works from noon to 6 p.m. I haven't figured out why we can only use it in that 6-hour window, but that's just how it is. I look at the clock. It's about 20 minutes to 6. If I work fast, I can do an experiment. She will die if she can't breathe. Okay. She has a nose there, silly. As I passed by the sleeping Kurisu, something nagged at me. It wasn't anything particularly out of the ordinary. In fact, it was something very ordinary. I'm talking about a mere pair of headphones. That's right. Or at least that's what they seemed to be when Daru was wearing them yesterday. They're sitting by Kurisu right now. Perhaps Daru simply left them there? But as far as I can remember, that's not where they were yesterday afternoon. Then, did Kurisu borrow them from Daru? I didn't think any people generally wanted to borrow other people's headphones, but maybe that's just me? Even so, Kurisu's proximity to headphones bothers me a little bit. She's been working on her new gadget for the past few days. Perhaps the headphones might be a part of it, at least I think they might be, and if that's the case... I made sure that nothing was coming out of the headphones, then put them in place, on Kurisu's head. How he managed to do this without waking her up is amazing. I thought for a moment that I'd woken her as I did so, but she was simply muttering in her sleep. I breathed a sigh of relief, but stood still for a minute to confirm that she was asleep. To groan? What the hell? Why is he groaning like that? Why? Doesn't look like she's gonna wake up. Why is he groaning like that? I should get some of these sound clips for the you know, sound effects notifications. Okay, hold on. Here, I'm gonna play a couple of, like, clean sounds. Maybe I can grab them. I was getting worried over nothing, meaning that I wasted my precious time when I needed it most. Damn you, assistant. She shouldn't have left something that seemed so important here in the first place. But just as I thought I should get to my work... It's just the way she's just surprised. Thank you for that tuturu. Mayuri excitedly burst into the lab, but at the sight of Kurisu asleep on the couch, she immediately quieted herself. Oh, she's whispering.
それよりどうしたのだ、マユリよ。お前今日はここに寄らず直接帰るのではなかったのか?
At least I thought I heard her say that as I left May Queen Yanyan.
まさかさっき言ったことをもう忘れたというのではなかろうな。いかにおバカさんがキャラとして確立しているからといっていくらなんでもそれはひどすぎるだろう。
もうオカリひどいよ。マユシーはね、おバカさんじゃありません。
おバカさん。
その喋り方がおバカさんだというのだ。
Though, admittedly, the ditziness is part of Mayuri's charm, so she doesn't need to change a thing. Not that I'd ever tell her that.
それで?
Are you learning English, fellow adventurer? That English is hard.
おいおい、言ったそばからそれでは本当におバカさんだと思われるぞ。何か話があってきたのだろう。
ああ、そうだったよ。ね、オカリ、もうちょっとメイクインにいればよかったのにね。
何？それはどういうことだ？
あのね、オカリンが帰った後すぐに店長さんが来たのです。
店長さんって？それはまさかガジェットを買い取ってくれるという？うん、
その店長さんのこと。
Damn it! How much worse could my timing be?
どうして俺に連絡してくれなかったのだ？
だってまだお仕事中だったし、それにすぐに帰っちゃったから。
Mayuri's face fell as if she wanted to apologize. I can't rebuke a face like that.
あ、でもね、昨日はまだどうするか考えてるみたいだったけどね、今日はちゃんと買い取ってくれるって言ってくれたんだよ。
Yes, I come to learn English here at my channel. Well, welcome. I don't know how much help I will be, considering I don't really know Korean, but we'll do our best. And your English seems actually fairly decent, so feel free to chat all you want. Don't be shy. Yeah. We don't have our resident Korean person here, Lime. The only word in Korean I know is seki. What was seki again? I think that was a bad word. Wasn't seki a bad word? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Is Lion Korean? Korean? Yeah. He's not like 100% Korean. I think he's like I think he's told me he's like 1/8 Japanese or something like that. Have a good voice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that compliment.
何？本当か？
うん、まとめて買い取ってくれるって。
You are the first Korean person who has ever come here trying to learn English from here, so welcome. Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to follow if you are, you know, interested in coming back for more streams. Anyway. Oh, I forgot to read that. But according to Mayuri, he wants them at lower prices than we've listed on our website. Wait, they list their products? I would decline the offer saying, you must be kidding, don't look down on us, but that's not an option right now. A starving man can't be picky. It seems that the buyer is going to come to get the gadgets as soon as he has a chance. As long as he refills our war chest, I have no problem with that. Whoa.
喜べマユリよ。今回のこと、我が未来ガジェット研究所の華々しい一歩となるに違いない。
But just kidding, a lot of Japanese do come. Oh, they do? When he's doing like his Japanese streams? Well, I was gonna say, I'm like, people probably only come to Twitch because they want to like look at games, right? So that's like learning English might be kind of like a secondary thing, or like watching games might be a fun way to learn English. I don't know, or learn other languages. Oh, that's right. She was sleeping. Uh-oh. No! They woke up Kurisu. Just as Mighty had prophesied, Kurisu began to stir. This image of her. This image of her. Can I screenshot this? I screenshotted it. Does she have headphones on? No, Okabe put them on her because he noticed that the headphones were nearby her. So he put them on her head for some reason. I don't know why. Damn, do you find that adorable? What? Which part? Like her position or the headphones? I mean, all of it's pretty nice. She slowly opened her eyes and looked at me with uncertainty. Then she smiled as if a great weight had been lifted from her shoulders. What?
Christina?
What does she mean by that?
おい、お前は何を言っているんだ？
何って、そんなの決まって。
As she said this, she slowly started to look around. It was kind of interesting to see her eyes gradually gaining focus.
もしかして私、今何か変なこと言った？
Maybe she was dreaming something interesting with Okabe in it. Maybe for noise cancellation so that she wouldn't wake up. No, he put the headphones. The headphones actually belong to what's his face? Daru-kun's. They're Daru-kun's, and I'm guessing she's borrowing, or she maybe like took his headphones and started tinkering with them to like use them for her experiments. So I don't know if they're noise canceling. They look like the cheapy type. Like if you saw the picture of them, they look kind of cheapy. Noise canceling would only be like if you can like cover the ears or plug the ears with like earbuds.
言っていたぞ。
They don't really work when like if the headphones are only just sitting on top of the ear, you can't really get much noise cancellation that way.
嘘なんて
俺が急にどこかへ行くとかなんとか。
Meanwhile, I with my $3 earbuds. Lol. Her face suddenly tensed with nervousness.
それだけ他に何か言ってなかった？
他にか。はあ、そうだな。確かこんなことも言っていたぞ。
とてもじゃないけど、私は法王院京馬様の才能にはかないません。
Oh no.
一生京馬様の助手として精進します。
とな。
Oh my god.
嘘をつくな嘘を。そんなこと絶対に言っとらんわ。
How could you mock her like that?
お前も知っているだろう。人間夢の中では普段無意識に考えていることが出てしまうという話を。つまりそれがお前の本当の気持ちなのだ、クリスティーナよ。
安心してクリスちゃん、 クリスちゃんはそんなこと一言も言ってなかったよ。
So which city are you from? How's the situation with Corona there? The COVIDs? The COVIDs? Yeah, it seems kind of, it seems like COVID is kind of like flaring up here in Canada. And plus, I don't know what's going on with like the vaccines here. We're being very like inefficient about it here. I heard South Korea handled it very well. Yeah, I've heard like Japan and Korea kind of handled it pretty well initially, so they're probably on top of it. I was also gonna ask Kekekeke. I don't know what to call you. Is Kekekeke fine? Or is there a different name you you would prefer me to say? Do you know Japanese? I'm curious. You probably know a little bit of Japanese if you're playing like a game like this. Or is there Korean in this game? Is there a Korean version? Can you change this to Korean? Actually, no, I don't think you can with this game. Config. No, I don't think this game has different languages. You have to buy it in the specific release, I guess? I don't know.
Mayuri, なぜバラす?
You're from Seoul? It's not bad. The COVID. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good to hear.
おかりん、ダメだよ、嘘ついちゃ。
Wait, what is he lying about? He didn't say anything like that. Oh, I see. He was trying to get her to like reveal something by lying about what she said in her sleep. Wait, she didn't say the line. Oh, there we go. Curses. My strategy to fabricate a false memory and use it to manipulate her has failed.
それよりごめんね、クリスちゃん。うるさくしちゃったせいで起こしちゃったよね。
あ、うん。マユリはいいの。
そうだぞ。何も謝ることはないマユリよ。そもそもこんなところで無防備にうとうと寝るのが悪いのだ。
あんたね、私が一体何のためにここで寝てたと思ってんだ？
助手がラボのために尽力するのは当然のことだ。
I remember seeing a live stream from Seoul recently and the city was buzzing with music and people. Wow. Okay, no meetings after 10 p.m. Oh. Wait, but you're still allowed to have meetings? Wow. Yeah, we're not allowed to be like meeting people. Although, like, you know, schools are still like open here and I guess they shut down the restaurants here actually as of like a few weeks ago. So no more restaurants here, or like I guess non-essential like restaurant type places. We have no restrictions here, to be honest. Really, are you guys doing okay there though in your country? Radio? Yeah, it feels like they've kind of upped the restrictions here a little bit as they noticed that the numbers were flaring up again. So yeah, there's that.
だから助手じゃないって言ったろうが。
怒りっぽいやつだな。ちゃんとカルシウムは取っているのか？
Calcium?
誰のせいだと思っとるんだ。
She yelled at me. In addition to her calcium deficiency, she must have low blood pressure when she wakes up.
たく、人が睡眠時間を削ってガジェット制作を。
Then she stopped and moved her hand slowly to her head for confirmation.
どうしたの、クリスちゃん。
これ、なんで私の頭に？
そこに落ちていたからだ。
She's freaking out about it, why she's wearing them. I have no idea how we're doing. No one does. Yay! Oh god. Is that cause for yay? Oh, really? Really? As I said this, she took hold of the headphones with trembling hands.
落ちてた。ってことは、まさかあんたが？
そうだが？
She seems mad.
おま、なんてことしてくれてんだ。
Uh-oh.
なんてことって。だから俺はそのヘッドホンをつけただけだが。
ヘッドホン？
She stopped in place, looking perplexed.
クリスちゃん？
ああ、そうね、ヘッドホン。人が寝てる時に勝手にヘッドホンつけるなんて何考えてんのよ。
See, this I thought was weird too. Like, why did he put the headphones on her while she's sleeping? I don't know. I guess he was trying to be nice and thought that the headphones fell off while she was sleeping. Oh no, I bet those headphones were the damn dream machine. Yeah, I've been saying this all along. She's done something to the headphones so that they're probably not actual headphones. She's suddenly trying to play innocent. This could mean that my theory about those headphones was right on the money.
Oi! Christina yo.
Oh, maybe he put them on her head so that he could suss out her plans around the headphones and he could get her to kind of like admit what was going on with them. Bucky? I don't know if Bucky's a word.
何をごまかしている？
Dun, dun, dun.
は？ごまかしてる？何のことかしら。
嘘つけ！その態度、どう考えても何か隠している態度ではないか。
別に隠してなんてないわよ。
ならば、なぜさっきあんなに慌てていたのだ？
だから慌ててないって。
さてはお前、やはり新しいガジェットを。
Why is it vibrating? Lol.
ガジェット？
そうだ、新しいガジェットを。
それだ。ああ、いや、じゃなくて、そうなの。新しいガジェットが完成したの。
そうなのか？
ええ、そうよ。
What is this? Getting that information was almost too easy. After all the trouble she went to hide it, I was hoping for something more confidential.
すごいね、クリスちゃん。また新しいガジェット作ったんだね。
What could have possibly been vibrating in Witcher 3?
大したものじゃないんだけどね。
The Witcher senses, like when you turn on the Witcher senses, if you're playing on the controller, which I was playing controller, it'll vibrate when like the things are nearby, etc. Fine, as long as she's honest, I have no complaints about her behavior.
それで、新しいガジェットとはどんなものなのだ？
ちょっと待ってて。今持ってくから。
She stands up and heads towards the development room.
待て、クリスティーナよ。
何よ？
今持ってくると言ったな。ならば今持っているそれは何なのだ？
だからヘッドホンだって言っとろうが。
ガジェットではないのか？
They're not a gadget.
ガジェットの12号機は全然別のものよ。ちょっと待ってろ。
It didn't seem like Kurisu was lying. The fact that she was holding something as she came out of the development room was proof enough of that. Then why was she acting so strangely? It's just confusing. Well, fine. I'll let it slide this time since she's completed a new gadget.
ほら、これがガジェット12号機。まだ手を加えなきゃいけない部分はあるけど、だいたいこんな感じね。
へえ、これが。
12号機。
Kurisu showed us a pair of ring-shaped objects about 7 or 8 centimeters in diameter. They look like the transformation bracelets kids wear when they're pretending to be their favorite TV heroes.
ねえ、クリスちゃん。これがダーリンのバカなの？
待て、まゆり。なんだその、ダーリンのバカとかいう妙な名前は。
What?
だってね、みんなでどうするって言って決めたんだよ。オカリンだってそれでいいって言ってたのです。
そうなのか？
I looked over at Kurisu, who silently nodded.
マユシーはね、ラブラブブレスレットちゃんズがいいって言ったんだけどね。ダルくんがダーリンのバカがいいって言ったの。ちなみにクリスちゃんは
愛情測定器。
Affection measurement device?
その愛情なんとかで
What?
オカリンは
エターナルエンゲージといったところか。
Wait, he remembered?
何？岡部あんたひょっとして覚えてるの？
いや、俺ならばそう名付けるだろうなと思っただけだ。
Oh, he came up with it. I see.
なるほどね。
That's funny.
過去が変わっても12秒は変わらずか。
That's funny. So yeah, just to rehash what's going on, he wouldn't remember any of this stuff because the timeline is different for him. Listening to what you say and trying to translate. Okay. Steins, darling, you absolute donkey. Well, you're doing pretty good if you're able to like kind of translate on the fly while listening. That means your English is not bad then. I suppose aside from like more complex words, I guess. But I hope you're having fun anyway. I will say that the hearing the suggested names alone has given me some understanding of the function of future gadget number 12. I assume that when two people put on the respective bracelets, this measures their affection for each other. When I asked Kurisu and Mayuri for confirmation, they said my guess was close.
要するにここについているセンサーで体温、血圧、脈拍、発汗状態などを逐一調べて心理的な変化をモニターしてるの。
So just body changes?
もし片方が変な気を起こすと浮気してるってみなして電流が流れるんだよね。
What?
なる
Cheating?
ほどな。それでダーリンのバカなのか。
I see.
誰がつけそうな名前だ。
What does the tip here say about it? Future gadget number 12 to make for a single set. This future gadget monitors the physical conditions of its two wearers. This includes but is not limited to blood pressure, pulse, and even sweat. If the device determines that one of them wants to cheat on the other, it sends an electrical shock to the users. The idea for the device came from Ferris, with Kurisu completing it. Its name is an homage to a famous line used by the heroine in a certain popular 80s rom-com manga. Oh, this is the anime that they're referring to is Kimagure Orange Road, I think. Being constantly exposed to the language is the way to do it. That's true. Immersion as well. Force yourself into English, even if you don't feel comfortable at first. Korea is a public holiday today, so I'm watching Twitch late. Okay. Yeah, what kind of holiday would that be? What holiday is it? Is it like a... Is it kind of like similar to like Golden Week in Japan? I can't say it. Children's Day. Oh, okay. Children's Day. I wonder if like Japan has some similar day to that. That's interesting. We don't have a... I'm trying to think. I don't think we have in Canada a Children's Day. Or something that's like that. Oh, the closest we have is like a Family Day here. Though not all of Canada has that day off, I don't think. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Ours is on June 1st. I don't know if Canada has anything like a Children's Day. We have a Family Day. That's about as close as we get to a Children's Day. Fictional Comic Giga Market, a massive otaku event held twice a year at Tokyo Big Sight. Every Kamima, thousands of artists gather to sell their creations, which range from erotic manga based on popular anime to original figures, music, and games. The next Kamima will be held on August 15th.
You're
not from Antarctica. Don't lie. Such a liar.
まあ、フェイリスさんの案だとそれだけだったんだけど、ちょっと改良させてもらったわ。
You celebrate the holidays with the penguins? Okay. You wish you could celebrate with penguins. Penguins are too cool for you. They're just too cool for you. She said this while putting one of the bands on her wrist, as if to check the size, or on her wrist. They are literally
そ
cool.
れだと単に浮気調査みたいな感じで夢がないじゃない。
夢
Wait, what? There's no hope there.
だとまたそんな愚かなことを言っているのかお前は。
誰が愚かだ、誰が。
愚かが嫌なら頭の中がスイーツと言うしかないな。
あんた本当にいちいちムカつくわね。
まあまあクリスちゃん、オカリンはそれだけクリスちゃんのことを気に入ってるってことだよ。あのね、ちっちゃな男の子がついつい好きな子を
No, it
見
was
つ
a
めちゃう
bad joke, but thanks.
そんな感じなんだとマユシーは思います。
It was an alright joke.
何わけのわからんことを言うんだマユリン。俺はそんな思春期のガキみたいなことはしない。
This is she's totally right here. Like a little boy bullying the girl he likes. That's totally what he's doing there.
お前も何
Oh
を
my
赤くな
god,
ってる。
Kurisu's blushing.
なってないわよ。
That's a very tsundere thing to say. It's like, I'm not blushing, you are. Or this is all because Mairi had to say something weird all of a sudden. I need to change the subject fast.
それだ。これは一体どうやって使うのだ。
He sounds so angry.
ああ、それは簡単。単に腕にはめてスイッチを入れるだ
Ah, just kiss already.
腕にはめて。
Well, they do. I put on the wristband on my right wrist. That's where I usually wear things like this. Though typically I use them to seal the power of my right arm, which is wont to go awry.
け。ああ、言っとくけどスイッチは押すなよ。絶対に押すな。絶対だからな。
What? Kurisu looked desperate, so the contrarian in me was tempted to turn the device on just to see what would happen, but I resisted.
しかし何もそこまで必死にならなくてもいいだろう。どうせ実験もしなければならないのではないのか。
それはそうなんだけど、その前にちょっと問題があって。
問題なんだそれは。
とにかく外してから話しましょう。つけたままじゃ落ち着かない。
Why are they making her uncomfortable? I could tell that Kurisu wasn't messing around, so I made to remove the band from my right wrist.
ドゥアーギリギリセーフ
The romantic tension between these two is unbelievable. Lil. The door burst open and Daru rushed into the lab. Surprised by the sudden sound, Kurisu jumped in alarm, and then... Uh-oh. Something got triggered. I could have sworn I heard a strange electronic sound.
ダルくんだ。トゥットゥルー。どうした
Doo-doo-doo.
のそんなに慌てて。
ふいいやー今からニヤ生でブラチューの特番があるのをすっかり忘れてて慌てて帰ってきたんだお。
トゥットゥルー。
Thank you. Blood Tune. A popular TV anime based on the manga. 26 episodes were broadcast last year. The main heroine, Seira Orgel, is especially popular among anime otaku. Multiple figures of her have been released. Blood Tune. This sounds like, Trinity Blood or something like that. I don't know. Maybe? Nikonia Video. One of the biggest video streaming sites on the net. For Japan. A video streaming service provided by Nikonia Video. Nia Live. I see. It's cool.
ああ、そういえばそうだ
I
ったね。
didn't know they did live
マユ
streams.
シも忘れてたよ。
普段は余計な運動をしたがらんくせにこういう時は走って帰ってくるのだから現金なものだな。
僕だってやるときはやる男なんだお。
I get shit
キ
done.
リ
すごいね。
言っておくが誰も褒めてなどいないぞ。
Wait, we're forgetting about the fact that the button got pushed.
とこんな話してる場合じゃねえよ。なあマキセシちょっとの間パソコン使っても大丈夫っしょんマキセシ
The confusion, the confusion in Daru's voice continued to
なあオカ
rise.
リンなんかさっきからマキセシがものすごい表情でプルプル震えてるような気がするんだけど気のせい
Puru puru. It wasn't just Daru. When I looked at Kurisu, she was looking at her feet and trembling. I couldn't see her facial expression, but she was definitely acting weird.
クリスちゃんどうかしたの？調子でも悪い？
どうした助手よ。何か悪いものでも食べたのか？あ？
あんたはなんてことをしてくれたんだ、このバカ。
Oh, he pushed the button.
Huh?
The rage in Kurisu's voice put me instinctively on the defensive, but something was different this time. She wasn't talking to me.
あんた、自分が何をしたか分かってんのか？
僕
For some reason, it sounded like Daru was in her sights. And Daru looks just as confused as I am about that.
そうよ、橋田。あんたに言ってるの。
僕マキセ氏に何かした？
大方、気づかれないようにこっそり髪の毛の匂いでもクンカクンカしていたのだろう。
Kunkun. The kunkun. Oops. Kunkun. Onomatopoeia used to describe the act of smelling something, often used in manga and on the internet. It's a favorite phrase of perverted gentlemen, but its origins are unclear, but its use has been seen as far back as a popular comic during the early 1980s. Kunkun.
あるねえよ。つうか、やるとしたら気づかれなくやるっつうの。
What are you doing awake at 4:25? Wait, who are you talking to? Me? Or Kekekekeke? They literally said that it was their day off, so they could be awake anytime they want, so there you go.
ダルくん。
Bruh, how did I manage to displace the ants? Don't ant me, bro. Don't ant me, bruh.
やかましいわ。誰もそんな変態じみたことは言っとらん。
Then what could it be?
橋田、あんたさっきいきなり大きな音立てて入ってきたでしょうが。
ああ、そのこと。まあ確かに慌ててたからちょっと騒がしかったかもだけど、驚かせたなら謝るお。
だからさせんじゃ済まないのよ。
そう、目くじらを立てるな、クリスティーナ。謝ってるんだから許してやったらどうだ？
岡部、言っとくけど、あんたもそんな悠長にしてる場合じゃないんだから。
Huh? No, seriously, do you see it? What? See what? That you displaced the ats? You went at or something like that? I thought you were making some weird face. But yeah, I could see that you were probably trying to at someone.
何？それはどういうことだ？
The anger in her face gave way to serious concern, and she said a single word.
スイッチ。
スイッチ？
Yeah,
だから
she switched it
柱に
on.
驚かされたせいで12号機のスイッチを押しちゃったのよ。
Oh, no, wait, she did. Okay.
な？
Oh. Imagine, back in the day, our moms streaming on Twitch. Meanwhile, we are at school. Lol. Back in the day. I mean, how long has Twitch been around? Like, 10 years? A decade? A decade? I mean, isn't that how a lot of, like, you know, parent streamers do it? Why not, right? Why not? Yeah, I was making a face, but the second at is slightly lower is what I mean. Oh, yeah, you're right. What is up with that? I don't know. I don't know why it's displaced like that. I didn't actually notice that until you pointed it out. Oops. If we were in a manga, this is where the giant wham would appear in the background. But now that she mentions it, the band on my wrist fits a little better than when I first put it on. But...
そうか。
I can't imagine my 55-year-old mother Twitch streaming. I'm gonna keep streaming until like I'm an old grandma. Until I'm like an old grandma. I'm gonna be like grandma gamer. Grandma gamers. Essentially, it's not like, it's not too I don't like, for our, like, my generation, it's not too hard to imagine like a lot more like parents who are gamers and streamers. But Enki, you already are an old grandma. That cuts deep. That cuts me deep, radio.
12号機ってもしかしてダーリンのバッカーが完成したん？
There is this grandmother who plays Skyrim. Yeah, I've heard of like a grandmother gamer. I've not seen them or anything like that, but I heard about this. Yeah, I'll probably end up streaming when I'm an old man. Yeah, see, like I think it's like normal for like my generation to like, you know, go into gaming hand in hand with family life as well. Kills dragons easily. she's like this pro Skyrim gamer. That's pretty cool. My hubby's mom, she's not around anymore. I never actually got to meet her before we got together, but he said that she would play games like Half-Life, and at the time she was like, I think in her 60s or something. So yeah, she sounded cool. Like I don't really know many like women at that age or that from that generation who would be like playing games. That's like my mom playing video games, and I can't imagine my mom playing video games. So sorry. No, it's okay. I never got to meet her, so it's not like you know I'm particularly sad about it. It's more like I'm sad I never got to meet her. But yeah, she sounded cool because she would like play like other games too. But like Half-Life, a game like Half-Life, that's not like a casual game, you know, to be playing like in your 50s, 60s. Here's noises from Grandma's room. Do do do, nya nya nya, baka. Well, you don't have to be a gamer to hear those noises. You could also be an anime otaku. I could be watching anime. I never played Half-Life. I was a console gamer for years. Didn't Half-Life come out onto the console? Didn't that come out on the console? Half-Life. I might be wrong. Oh, yeah, it came out on the PS2. Interesting. PS2. And then Half-Life 2. I think came out on more consoles. Yeah, Half-Life 2. You could play it on Xbox 360, PS3. You can even play it on Android? What? So many games on mobile. I played Half-Life. I enjoyed it. Yeah, Half-Life's a cool game. I played through Half-Life 1 and 2. Did it? I thought that game came out like 2000 or 99. I don't think you're wrong. It did come out around that time. So Half-Life 2 came out around 2004, November 2004. Half-Life 1 came out November 1998. Wow. So old. It's very old.
いやだってなあ
It might not have come out on the PS2 until later. I know it came out initially on PC, of course, right? Sometimes I just shoot the poor policeman who is following me just for fun. No! Isn't that Barney? Isn't that Barney? Barney's cool. How could you do Barney like that, man? Barney's awesome. I killed him once. How could you do that to Barney? I think he makes a reappearance in the second game. It's been so long since I played though, but so I don't really remember exactly. I sometimes think about like going back and playing the Half-Life games, like maybe streaming that, but yeah. Wait, hold on. Why is my preview not working? There we go. Preview is back up again.
あ、もしかして
Alright.
その腕にはめてるのがそうなん？
Time to find out what the Switch does. Or, I don't know. I kind of need to go to the bathroom. So maybe, you know what? We'll find out what the Switch does after this bathroom break. Alright, I am back. This goes off. What's this? Some kind of picture? That creature thing. Man, I don't even remember. It's been so long. Because I played that game close to when it came out, so that would have been like... God, like 20 years ago? Has it really been 20 years? 98. It came out in 98. Okay, maybe I didn't play it upon launch, but like I played it close to like when it came out. Closer to when it came out. This one, I was just a dumb kid back then and I barely knew any English. Well, it's like, does Albania speak like a lot of English or no? Because if your country doesn't, then you know, good on you for learning enough English to actually, you know, speak quite fluently now. So there you go. Don't beat yourself up about it. To be honest, none of us really got what Kurisu was so worked up about.
スイッチを押したってことは12号機が稼働したってことだぞ。
そんなことは分かっている。しかし問題があるならもう一度スイッチを切ればいいだけではないか。
I reached the bracelet on my right wrist and looked for the switch to turn it off, but...
どうなってるのだこれは。
It's quite normalized. Oh, what, English? So like a lot of people know English there? I don't know, I don't really know too much about Albania and your culture. But I'm one of the better ones if I do say so myself. Lol.
スイッチらしきものを押したが何の反応もない。
Well, I was trying to say that if like English is not used a lot in your country, then you know it's harder. It's a little harder to learn a language when you're not able to be immersed in the culture of it. So yeah, I was trying to give you props for learning English if your country doesn't speak a lot of English. I pressed it again. Still nothing. Kurisu looked at us with eyes as cold as ice and spoke with a voice even colder.
無駄よ。
無駄？無駄とはどういうことだ？
このガジェットのスイッチ、オンはあってもオフはないのよ。
Why do you not build a gadget with an off button? It took a while for me to understand what she was saying. It can turn on, it can't turn off, but that would mean...
もしかしてスイッチ入れたら切れないってことですか？
Why would you
わかりま
design
せ
it like
ん。
that?
もしかしなくてもそういうこと。
なるほどな。
Oh, it's like an anti-cheat device almost, right? Maybe that's why, maybe that was the idea behind not providing an off switch. Oh yeah, you won't bump into people speaking English or something. Yeah, that's what I mean. So like if it's not something like that's widely spoken in your country, then you know, good on you. I'm giving you props for learning English in a country where it's not widely used.
なるほどなって。あんた相変わらず悠長だな。
別に慌てなくてもいいだろう。スイッチが切れないなら外してしまえばいいじゃない。
I tried to slip number 12 off my wrist, but the fit was snug and it didn't want to come off so easily.
おのれ、人の手によって作られた道具のくせに生意気な。
The mic. I tried again, but this time with both of my hands until... Oh, it shocked him. Beady beady. Electricity shot through my right arm.
なんだ今のは。
無理に外そうとすると電流が流れる仕掛けになってるのよ。
It'll shock you, oh no.
なぜそれをもっと早く言わん。
Lol.
身をもって分かった方がいいと思って。
Oh, now she looks calm. This accursed woman will never be cute. Well, whether she's cute or not doesn't matter right now.
とにかくひとまずこいつを外そう。鍵を出せ。
Sadist.
何？今何と言った？
Maybe.
鍵なんてないって言ったんだ。
There's no key.
冗談も休み休み言え。ならばこいつをどうやって外すのだ。
だからさっきから困ってんだろうが。 私だって冗談で済むならあんな風に怒ったりせんわ。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What she says makes sense.
おい女子よ、なぜこんなものを作ったのだ。
No.
作れと言ったのはあんただろうが。
俺
Hello.
は知らん。
Not that I
それはあん
recall.
たが D メールを送ったからで、私たちの中では間違いなくあんたが言ったことになってるんだ。
Excuses, excuses. We're starting to get mad at each other.
そんなこと俺のしたことではない。とにかくすぐにこいつを外せ。
できるならすぐにやってるっつうの。
The desperation in Okabe's voice. I love it.
大体緊急事態への対策を行って何が科学者だ。
He's such a, like the voice actor for Okabe is so like expressive. He's great. Like I mean, the whole cast is
最初
great.
から未完成だと言っただろうが。あんたこそ記憶力ないんじゃないの？
But I find Okabe's voice is like he covers like a lot of range of emotions. Energetic, yes, very genki.
何？
She is too. She's really good at her voice too.
なんだ？
We're staring at each other so intensely that our foreheads nearly touched. Sparks seemed liable to fly at any moment. However... Uh-oh. They can't get mad at each other. Sparks didn't fly, but electric current flowed. Continuously.
右腕、俺の右腕が。
That seems dangerous.
オカリンオカリン、こんな時に中二病発病させてる場合じゃねえっす。
Darrow thinks he's...
これは違う。本当に痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い。
Aw. Darrow thinks he's like being all chunibyo. They all do their roles insanely well. Yeah, telling the crew. And the great, they did a good job of like casting the roles too.
岡部、右手を。
何？
いいから手を出せ。
Are they gonna hold hands? I give her my right hand as electricity surges through me. She then took my right hand in her left.
何を？
いいから。
Our hands were as one, her left hand over my right. And the current flowing through my arm ceased.
止まった。これはどうなっているのだ。
さっき言ったでしょ。改良したって。
Oh no.
浮気だけじゃなくて、喧嘩したり怒ったりすることで二人の感情が高ぶ
Oh
る。
no, she made it so serious, this gadget. Apparently Kurisu's adjustments also involved getting rid of a removal mechanism. She wanted to make it a device that could help a couple make up instead of simply punishing the cheater. Truly an idea befitting a modern woman.
やっぱりお前のせいではないか。これだから彼氏いない歴イコール年齢の恋に恋して。
うるさいわ、この DT。
Oh my god.
なんだと？
何を？
二人ともやめた方がいいよ。じゃないとまたピリピリってなっちゃうよ。
Beady beady. Beady beady.
そうね。
We were close to getting in an argument again, but Mayuri stopped us. Right, now's not the time to quarrel. We have to figure out how to get out of this situation, and in that regard, at least, Kurisu seems to agree with me. Then, Dado slowly raised his hand.
あのさ、二人とも。
どうしたダル？
もしかして何か明暗でもある？
He really is my right arm. He's already come up with a brilliant idea.
とりあえずニヤ生見てきてもいいっすか？
He doesn't care. Another electric shock. They're not even allowed to get mad at other people. That's funny.
つまり二人の気持ちが通じ合えば腕輪は外れるってことでいいんだよね。
そういうことになるわね。
So wait, they have to like fall in love with each other? She then proceeded to explain the functions of Darling You Idiot. They are as follows. The monitoring of body temperature, blood pressure, pulse, and perspiration. Should they indicate one user's unfaithful to the other, the device will administer a minor but painful electric shock. Should a user try to remove it by force, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the user get emotional due to an argument or the like, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the users move more than 1 meter away from each other, the device will administer an electric shock. Should the users hold hands, the shocks will cease. It's like the last one. Last one is the only time where they're not getting shocked. Expressing your feelings like a normal being? Nay. Building a shocking device so that you're forced to hold hands with your crush? Yay. And the device will come off once it judges its user's feelings are intertwined. That's the end. This means that the bracelets monitor and analyze the emotions of their wearers based on physical indicators, but there's no practical data proving their accuracy. And while we could just wait for the battery to die, this gadget both uses a primary cell and a solar photocell, so it would last at least a week. Wait. With the solar photocell, couldn't they just like tape over it the area where it's collecting the solar power? So then you only have to worry about the primary cell. This device would solve so many marriages by killing their hosts. Lol. Or driving them insane. Meaning that our only options for removing these are to shock ourselves silly, or for Kurisu and I to get in sync. Mayuri laughs that off as if it's an easy task, but Kurisu and I know just how difficult that's going to be.
それにしてもさっきから二人とも手をつないだままとかリア充爆発しろ
Normie behavior. Normie behavior. Normie. Diaju. People who find happiness and fulfillment in the real world. Normies. Markers of normalcy include having a girlfriend/boyfriend, participating in club and or school activities, going to parties regularly, vacationing overseas, and displaying a lack of interest in 2D anime entertainment. Damn you, normies. A battery that converts solar energy into electricity, also known as a solar battery. Primary cell. A battery designed to be used once and then immediately discarded. Cannot be recharged. I see. I doubt he'd mind getting in sync with Christina. Lol. And just like that, we're in another argument. So if we don't hold hands, we're liable to be completely fried. Wait, so if they're holding hands, they can argue? You having fun? 楽しかったよ。
だってさ、新しいガジェットってことはどうせ実験と検証が必要だったってことっしょ?
Oh, this is the test run. Lol. Mayuri agreed with Daru.
それにね、ダーリンのおバカちゃんを使うことで、オカリンとクリスちゃんが今よりも仲良くなるならいいことかなってマユシーは思うのです。
A terrible opinion from an uninvolved party. There's no way I'll be able to put up with this girl and her hair-trigger temper for an entire week. I really need to start thinking about how to get out of this situation. Look at this super cool emote. Okay. Oh, you're approaching me? Wait, what? Sub-real police dude. What are you talking about? You're approaching you? Imagine they actually release a darling, you idiot. They should... Oh, really? What kind of meme is this? Now I'm curious. Oh, you're approaching me? See, I don't know anything about memes. Oh, is this like a Dio meme? It's another JoJo reference. I gotta watch that series again. JoJo, yeah. Like anime fighting scene meme, I think. Yeah, it's Dio and then I guess him approaching him. I watched Dio. Not Dio. God, of course I watched Dio. If you're watching JoJo, you watched Dio. Then I watched JoJo like I think the first 2 or 3 seasons, and then I stopped. But I always keep meaning to like go back and watch it. Virginomics? What? You thought it was radioactive, but it was I! Dio! All along! Did you ever watch Berserk? I only ever watched the first hand-drawn animated Berserk, like the first original one. I watched like a little bit of like the newer stuff, the 3D 3D animated one, and it was okay. I kind of want to watch it just to see like where they go with it. Though I'm sure they followed like the manga, right? Just watch the hand drawn stuff. Yeah, I've already seen like the original. I watched it. I watched the whole thing. It was the only reason why I started reading the manga, because like once you get to the end, it's like, oh my god, cliffhanger, right? And then so I went and sought out the manga so I could continue reading it, and I realized that the manga was structured slightly, like they structured the anime slightly differently so that it made more sense, I guess, in terms of like telling the story. But yeah, so that's how I got into the manga, so I could find out what happens next. I was like, oh god. It's way better. Yeah, I agree, it's way better, and a lot of people say that too. As soon as one of us opens our mouths, this happens. This isn't going to lead to a productive discussion. Fortunately, it seems that Kurisu came to the same conclusion.
やめやめ。とにかくこれからどうすればいいかを考えましょう。タラレバの話をしたところでどうしようも。
Wait, what did she say? Hypotheticals. Hold on, just realized my OBS was not up. Here we go. It's no use thinking in hypotheticals unless you're us. I can't believe it. How could I have forgotten something so important?
時間は？
I was checking the clock before she'd finished her sentence. It was past 6 p.m. But maybe it's not too late.
なに二人ともどうしちゃったの？
D メールだ。
電話レンジちゃん？
ああ、そっか。D メールでなかったことにすれば OK ってことか。
This sounds like a recipe for trouble. I got the deluxe editions of the manga that came out, but only 1 and 2, which is only past the Golden Age arc. Oh, okay. I just have the normal edition of the manga, translated by Dark Horse Comics. I don't know how many I bought up to though. I stopped buying them after a certain point. I stopped buying manga in general. Is Robotics Notes good? I have not read or played it, so I don't know. But Robotics Notes is supposed to take place in the same kind of like universe as, like, you know, Steins Gate, Chaos Child. It's the same, under the same umbrella of like the scientific adventure games. So I was, like I said, after I play this game, I'll play Steins Gate 0 next, and then after that I'll probably pick up Robotic Notes, which I was planning on maybe playing on the Switch. Possibly. Because it's funny, like the Switch version is like only like $55 Canadian, but if you like, if I want to buy them on Steam, they cost like $45 each. For there's 2 games. I think there's Robotic Notes and Robotics Notes Dash or something like that. So it's like, for both games, it's way more expensive than the Switch version, and the Switch version comes bundled with both games. Yeah, the deluxe editions are also made by Dark Horse, and they are just massive leather-bound books and look great. Oh wow, that sounds crazy. But anyways, enough fanboying. Yeah, I used to be like more into like collecting stuff like that, but now I'm just like, eh. I'm more about like the just reading the digital stuff. Although I haven't really read manga in a long while, so I've fallen out of like reading a lot of manga these days. Maybe I'll want to watch that, given I'm trying to get into robotics. Lol. I don't know anything about Robotic Notes, honestly. Like, I don't know how much about robots it is. I just know it's supposed to be like a sci-fi adventure, and there's supposed to be a slight crossover with Daru in it. The posters look good. It's just the pictures. I don't know. I look forward to finding out, though. I will probably play the game and maybe try and get the... I think it's a... Is it a light novel as well? Seems to be about mechas. I see. Well, I'll find out eventually. I dragged Kurisu into the development room as fast as I could. In a flash, we'd set up the phone wave name subject to change. My previous experiments have shown that we can use the phone wave from noon to 6 p.m., but those time constraints are just approximations, not concrete restrictions. On certain occasions, I have even been able to use it after 6 p.m. That said, we do not yet know what causes this variance. I know. We know. Or anyone who's actually played through or watched through Steins Gate will know why this happens. Giant humanoid bots, kind of Evangelion. Really? Like they pilot the bots? Well, I guess anything with giant robots are going to be like pilotable, so it's not just reserved for like Evangelion. Although in Evangelion, the focus was not really on the robots so much as it was more about like the overall story of humanity. Reading digital is hard for me since having ADD, and I just lose interest if it's not physical. Okay. Yeah, that's another point too. I wonder if I'm kind of like that too. I find it kind of hard to read digital as well, which is why I said I don't really read a lot of manga anymore. I just, I don't know. I have a lot of manga as it is, and I cannot be bothered to buy anymore. That's not to say I couldn't go and like borrow them from the library, because I think the library usually has a lot of like manga these days, but I don't know. I don't do that, especially now with COVID and all too. I don't know what they do. Maybe the bots are autonomous. Well, like I said, I don't know anything about robotic notes, so I couldn't really tell you what it was about, and yeah. No spoilers. Anyway. Regardless, if the timing doesn't line up today, we'll be forced to stay like this until at least tomorrow afternoon. Everything is set up. We just had to send the D-mail. Well, I don't know. You could spoil if you go look up what the story was about and start telling me about your summaries, findings. This ass is all over my ass. Oh my god. Ass. I think I was saying that about like the monsters that look like asses. I took out my phone to write a message and stopped as if I were struck by something.
何やってるの岡部、早くしないと。
一体いつにどういう内容のメールを送ればいいのだ？
それは。
We can send up to 3 D-mails of 6 full with Japanese characters or 12 1-byte English characters each. With proper timing and concise writing, we can deliver a message within the character limit. I have to be careful. I told myself just as much the other day.
やっぱり新作ガジェットの開発を中止させるべきじゃないの？
そうだな。
Like she said, we won't end up in this situation if we put this kibosh on its development. Or put the kibosh on its development. Kibosh. The message will read, "Stop new gadget development at once." That should be enough. If we don't try to make that new gadget, then we can change the situation. We can keep Darling You Idiot from ever existing. But it'll probably wipe number 9s through 11 from existence too. But I'll come up with some way to fund our love. There's nothing to worry about. The D-mail is written. Oh no. All that's left is a tap of my thumb. That actually surprised me. Kurisu urges me on. With that, I press the button.
岡部、どうしたの？
考えてみれば、新作ガジェットの開発自体を中止する必要はないのではないか？
Wait, how did he stop what he was doing?
確かに言われてみれば。
We put so much time and effort into making new gadgets that throwing them away feels like a waste. And if we erase them all, there's a chance that we won't be able to escape bankruptcy.
でも、じゃあどうするの？
要は、12号機さえなんとかなればいいのだろう？
Your book,
ならば、
Metal Gear
12号機の
Solid.
制作を中止にすればいいのだ。
Are you just saying Metal Gear Solid for the hell of it? If we put a stop to that alone, we could keep the other gadgets, which would still let us make money. We just have to change the wording from new gadget to number 12.
じゃあそれでいいから早く送りましょう。
I readied my phone and adjusted the message. Stop number 12 development at once. Let's hope they get that message. correctly. That should be the end of number 12. We can finally free ourselves from this hell. Number 12 will be wiped from existence before its development can even begin. Kurisu will never come up with her sickly sweet idea or her odd adjustments. Everything should be squared away. All I have to do is press the button, and all our problems will be solved.
どうした岡部。
いや、なんでもない。
That's right. There's nothing to be worried about. Number 12 will never be created, and we won't have any problems.
ちょっと岡部何してる。
Again,
いや
with the
考
thoughts.
えてみれば12号機も悪くないような気がしてな。
In fact, with a few improvements, I kind of think that number 12 could become a decent gadget. It might even be a big hit. I can't let that chance slip through my fingers.
やはりここは12号機をはめないように言うだけでいいのではないか。
I sent a picture of the deluxe edition in the Weeaboo chat in the Discord server. Okay, I'll check it out. Sure. These people could solve several world level problems, but look at what they do instead. Like making a gadget with wristbands. Where's my Discord? It's over here. Ooh, that looks really cool. That looks big though. Wait, how big is that? Like the size wise? Just out of curiosity. I have something similar to this, but like they're like the Walking Dead deluxe omnibuses, I think they're called. But yeah. Sorry, I was just reading something. Alright. The pages are 8.5 by 11. That's pretty big. That's a pretty nice size, though. So you get to see like a blown up version of the manga at that size. We could just tell ourselves not to put the bands on. Oh, why am I reading this?
分かった。もうそれでいい。何でもいいから早くしろ。時間がない。
They're like running out of time, and here like Okabe's just like, we could save these, you know. Why am I okay here?
そうだな。
With Kurisu's support, I changed the message yet again. For any reason. That'll do. Alright, now I just have to send the message. This way, we don't have to stop gadget development. And number 12 will exist. We'll just have Kurisu make the improvements and get rid of those bizarre functions. Make it more accessible, simpler. Then it'll be a fine product. And in the end, everything will work out perfectly. But is there any other way? Is this truly the best choice? Shouldn't we think it over once more? Carefully. There have to be alternatives. Poor Kurisu. I'd been punched in the back.
いきなり何をする。
あんたがさっきからうだうだやってるからだ。これ以上何を悩む必要があるっていうの？
悩んでいるのではない。俺は安易な選択を避けるために冷静かつ慎重な判断を下そうとしているだけだ。
ごたくはいいから早くしろ。じゃないとこのまま一晩明かすことになっちゃうだろうが。
分かっている。分かったからせかすんじゃない。
もうイライラする。
Kurisu reached out and tried to grab my phone.
何をするのだ。
あんたがグズグズしてるから私が代わりに打ってあげようってのよ。
何？
元はといえば勝手に D メールの実験をやったのが悪いのよ。だから勝手に実験自体をしないようメールしてあげる。
待って。何もそんな根本的なところまで戻る必要はなかろう。
うっさい。そもそもの原因はそこなんでしょ。だったらそれが一番いい方法でしょうが。
しかしだな。
いいから送れ。
Uh-oh, Kurisu means business. She almost grabbed my phone again, so I promised to change the message in accordance with her request. Reconsider D-mill experiment. This time for sure I'm going to press the button. We don't have much time to be, or we don't have time to be indecisive. All I have to do is press the button. Then my D-mill experiment never will have happened. We're returning to our original world line. There's nothing to be indecisive about.
何してる早く
分かっている
This time I'll send it.
やっぱり貸せ私が送る
Kurisu tries to grab my phone again.
心配するな今送る
We're out of time. I finally press the button. And then, the world around me blurred and distorted. My reading Steiner activates. The world line shifts. Or not? This means that we were probably too late. Kurisu and I looked down at our wrists in unison. We blinked several times to make sure. But no matter how many times we blink, number 12 remains affixed to our wrists. I checked the clock. 6:15 p.m. While our time constraints were vague and mercurial, I suppose late is late.
ちょっと貸せ
An enraged Kurisu snatched my phone away. She types a message. Sends it. Nothing happens. She types another. Sends it. Still, nothing happens. She looked almost pathetic trying to send an email over and over again. It was too tragic a sight to keep watching, so I put my hand on her shoulder.
もうよせ諦めろお前の気持ちはわかるがこれ以上やっても無駄だ
She turned and looked me straight in the eyes. Her face was contorted by sadness as she snarled out.
己のせいだろうが
Her voice was fraught with tears.
何がこれ以上やっても無駄だよカッコつけちゃってアホかそもそもあんたがさっさとメール送らないからこんなことになったんだろうが
待て落ち着け
これが落ち着いてなんていられるかどうするつもりだこれ
だから落ち着けと言ってるんださもないと
Black.
見ろだから言わんこっちゃない
そっかつい興奮してこうなるの忘れてた
自分で作っておいて忘れるとはとんだ鳥頭だな
Wait, what did she do? Oh, she got mad. I just want you to calm down if you don't. It shocks both of them, even though he's the one that's being calm about it. Or at least he's trying to be calm. That's funny.
何よ
Uh-oh, she's
待て
getting
だ
mad
から
again?
怒るなと言っているんだ
あんたに諭されるとは
I almost delivered a snarky rejoinder, but I knew it'd result in another shock. I swallowed my words and I left the development room with the equally defeated Kurisu. Achievement unlocked. Entropy, the origins rumble. What is this chapter called?
ねえねえどうだったうまくいった
Look at all this mail from myself. Yeah. Do you experience stop never told development at once? Stop never told development at once? Stop never told development. Wait, why are these two the same? Oh, okay. I guess those are all the ones that Kurisu sent. Can I access some other emails here? Is it just looping? Oh, I think, yeah, it's just looping, okay. What about my outbox? Achievement unlocked. Self-memories return. Isn't there a Steins Gate anime? Yes, there is. There is a Steins Gate anime. I think there's a couple Steins Gate anime, actually. There's the original Steins Gate, and then there's also, I believe, Steins Gate 0. We return to the main room to Mayuri's Inquisition.
まゆし、ほら、ああやって2人の手首に12号機がはまってるってことは、 ダメだってことだったんだお。
ああ、そっか。遅かったんだね。残念。
As if I needed more proof of the demon's failure, Daru and Mayuri's awareness of the situation made it abundantly clear, though I hardly cared at this point. I was focused on finding another solution. I recall number 12's basic functions. The monitoring of body temperature, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna read all this again. And the device will only come off once it determines that the user's feelings are as one. I won't be able to send another email until at least noon tomorrow, meaning that for the next 18 hours, Kurisu and I are effectively joined at the hip. And I really can't imagine that we'll be able to satisfy the device's removal conditions in the process. If only because it's me and Kurisu. It's hard to think that 18 hours stuck together will improve our relationship.
で、どうする？
どうすると言ってもどうしようもなかろう。
言っとくけど、私は一晩中あんたとこの状態で過ごすなんてごめんだからな。
それはこっちのセリフだ。
Oops.
まあまあ、二人とも落ち着いて落ち着いて。
The girl in the white shirt, isn't she the one that you have in your stream starting animation? You mean Mayuri? That's also a blue dress, by the way. You mean this? Yes, that's her. That's from the anime too, by the way. That's from the anime. That's when she's cooking or they were cooking together one day for a party, and she was like dual wielding a knife to help prepare stuff. She's I don't know, she's not much of a cook. Although apparently she said home ec is one of her better subjects in school. I guess only with sewing. Mayuri put a gentle end to the argument. Just in time too, the words had started flying, the electricity would have too.
何度も同じ過ちを繰り返
She's
すなん
not
て
much of anything.
学習能力が
Oh
ないんじゃないの？
no. That's so mean. No, Mayuri is a gentle, sweet soul who is a very she's actually like in all her ditziness, she's actually quite emotionally like I guess intelligent. She's very emotionally intelligent and she picks up on things, nuances that other people might not. Pot meat pedal.
やっぱりね、せっかくなのでオカリンもクリスちゃんもこれを機会に仲良くなっちゃえばいい。
There's nothing wrong with being slow. She's not slow. It's like she just takes things at her own pace.
それができれば苦労はせんのだ。
残念だけど、私も珍しく岡部に同意するわ。
Wait, what did he say? If we could do that, we wouldn't be suffering. Lol.
本当に珍しいな。珍しいついで意見があったということでこれが外れたりは。
そんな簡単に行くわけないでしょ、バカ。
Back up. It's like every word this woman speaks is specifically chosen to piss me off. If I didn't have this on, I would tell her once and for all who rules this lab.
どうしてかな。マユシは不思議だな。
It's also the anime where the guy says, I'm a mad scientist, it's so cool, son of a bitch, right? I don't know if he says the other two lines like, it's so cool, son of a bitch. Sometimes they use like English to like express things, I guess, in this anime. I mean, they do that a lot in other animes too, like to express like stuff in general. Development. At her own 8-year-old mental development pace, she's not that like immature.
マユシどうしたん？何が不思議なん？
だってマユシはオカリンともクリスちゃんとも仲良しだよ。だったらオカリンとクリスちゃんが仲良くなってもいいはずでしょ。
いかにもマユリらしいのほほんとした意見だが、それが可能ならば人類皆兄弟、有志より常に歌われてきた平和と友愛の世界はとっくに実現されているだろうな。
兄弟か。マユシとオカリンは兄弟みたいだけど。
I like English in anime. It is entertaining. No, no. I take that back.
ってこと
8.
かな。
Okay.
結果的にはそういうことになるのかしら。
So maybe it is impossible? Okay. She isn't simple-minded, just spacey. Yeah, kind of. Good afternoon, Addie. How are you? Oh, and also to answer your question about the mad scientist, yes, he does say he's a mad scientist, Hyorin Kyoma. And then he like laughs in his obnoxious laugh, Chunibyo laugh.
言葉の意味はよくわからんが、結論は合ってるんがすげえ。
I'm kind of sleepy, but that's okay. So I'm trying to stream and like not fall asleep. And try to stay awake today and sleep at a normal time. Your favorite voice actor in this game, as always? Which one? Which character do they voice? Favorite singer? Anyway, back to number 12.
なんとか外す方法はないのか。
あったらあんなに慌てるわけないでしょ。
Miyano Mamoru. Miyano Mamoru. I'm not very good with names. Or voice actors' names, for that matter. I always have to look it up. So which one does he do? Nintendo Okabe. Okay, so he plays this guy. He has a very expressive voice. We were just talking about that. He's basically the main character, Nintendo Okabe, aka Hyoin Kyoma, the mad scientist. Am I clicked on here? Oh, there we go.
大体
Yeah, this guy.
普通は安全装置をつけておくくらい考えるものではないのか。
だから最初から完成品じゃないと言っとろうが。
そもそもなぜこんなに頑丈に作る必要があったのだ。
And he's so cool. Lol.
できるだけ
Well, you had to make it indestructible in the first
本
place.
格的にしろと言ったのはあんただ。
Why?
俺は知らん。
都合の悪い時だけ知らんふりすんな。
Lol.
知らんものは知らんと言ってるのだ。
だから二人ともそんなに怒ったらまたビリビリってなっちゃうお。
ビリビリ。
そもそも橋田が脅かしたからじゃない。
そもそもお前が驚かしたからだ。
No, more bitty bitty.
だが
ほら言わんこっちゃない。
I look at the clock. It's past 7:30 p.m. How has it only been an hour?
オカリンもクリスちゃんも大丈夫？
Mairi looks at our faces, one after the other. In just over an hour, we'd been shocked more times than I could count on my fingers. You'd think that would inspire me to be more careful, but I can't help but get angry when Kurisu's around.
ほんと言い合いしたらビリビリするってそろそろ二人とも学習した方がいいんじゃね？
そのくらい言われなくとも分かってはいる。
分かってるんならやめりゃいいのに。
それでやめられたら苦労はしない。
私は岡部さえ減らず口を叩かなきゃ別に怒ったりしないんだけど。
She's always
減らず
needling
口を
him.
叩いているのはお前ではないか。
私のどこが減らず口を叩いてるってのよ。
今のが減らず口でなくてなんだというのだ。
I don't know if it's like a romance or I thought it was supposed to be like more quirkier, but this almost seems like a normal like Steins Gate like episode, sort of like one of the alternative routes, which I guess is what it is. Where they accidentally invent some sort of gadget that locks Kurisu and Okabe together and makes it out to be like some romantic comedy spiel thing. I don't know. Like so far it's been like it's maintained like a serious tone generally. Like I was just saying, it kind of feels like playing Steins Gate all over again accidentally. Just like that, we're in an argument as soon as we open our mouths, but my body can't keep taking these shocks. It's only been an hour. Will we even survive until noon tomorrow?
ねえねえ、マユシーは思うんだけど、
Hi,
二人
Dad.
とも手を
Sup,
つなげ
Taco.
ばいいんじゃないか
How you
な。
doing? Enjoy your lurk, Andy.
え？
ああ、そういえば手をつなげばビリビリは発動しないんだっけ？
Christina had planned this all along. That's true. I had just gone over number 12's functions too. What's wrong with me? I completely missed the most obvious solution.
岡部。
Yeah, like holding hands at least.
Oh,
Kurisu gives me her left hand. Wait, that noise that he made. Wait, hold on. I want to get... Maybe one day I'll get this sound clip. I don't know. I need to turn off the music though. And then... That's a clean soundbite. So maybe if I'm not lazy, we'll pull that from this here. Or unless I can get the sound bites from the game itself. I don't know if I can though. That'd be a lot easier probably. I nod slightly and offer my right. We hold each other's hands.
おー
Oh. Wait, why is she wearing the wristband over top her her lab coat?
さっきまでいがみ合っていた同士が固い握手とか全俺が泣いた。
Why does this look funny? I don't know, his hand looks drawn really strangely here in this drawing. Like, okay, I think I know why. Because like his fingers, they all look the same. Like you can't tell which one's a pinky and which one's the forefinger. It almost looks like the finger at the top is supposed to be the pinky finger, but it's not. That's supposed to be his forefinger. Why the fuck is this right? That's what I was saying. It's not though. It's not. It's not. It's supposed to be his right hand. The problem with that is the artist drew the pinky finger kind of strange here. The more I look at it, the more confused I got. If this is Hyuke's work, yeah, Hyuke does some not always like, you know, and this was like his earlier work too, like when he first like started drawing and stuff like that. This game came out in like 2009. Anatomy done right. Bitch, you would be fucking proud. Yeah, I was confused by it too. I kept looking at it, I was like, what is going on here? It's because he drew the pinky weird. The pinky finger looks almost like a forefinger, so that's why it looks like a left hand.
お前は助手のくせになんでそんな
Is this
大事なこと
song?
を忘れているのだ。
あんたこそさっき聞いたのに忘れてるとかバカなの？死ぬの？
Wait, so they were holding hands. They're now holding hands so that they can actually like yell at each other.
なんだと？
何よ？
ああ、やっぱりこうなっちゃうんだね。
ですよね。
See, this is like this music is
あの時あんたが早くメールを送ってさえいればこんなことにはなってなかったのよ。
this music is kind of like what I think this whole game is gonna be like. Like it's gonna be like this quirky, rom-com kind of disaster. Christina's hand looks very fine and nice, and meanwhile, he might as well just be an alien.
それを言うなら
Basically.
お前が誤ってスイッチを押してしまったのがいかんのだろうが。
I have noticed that he's much better at drawing the women than he is at drawing men. I mean, look at Daru. Case in example, look at Daru and his gibbled hand. His gibbled hand.
そもそも新作ガジェットを作ろうって言い出したのは誰だ？
あの時お前がタイムトラベルの講義などしているから。
なあまゆし、
なあにダルくん、
この二人いつまでこうやって言い合ってれば気が済むんかな。
いくらビリビリさんが来ないからってちょっとやりすぎだよね。
Zappy-san. Beady
でもさ、
Beady-san.
こうやって見てるとあれみたいじゃね？
あれって？
血は喧嘩。
確かにそうかも。
誰が血は喧嘩よ。
そうだ、一体これのどこをどう見たら血は喧嘩に見えるというのだ。
Dado looks well drawing if they was the idea. That drawn. Dado looks well drawn if that was the idea. I don't know. Like, what, you're talking about how deformed his hand looks like?
どこをどうって。
Mayuri stared at Kurisu and I, and our conjoined
手つないで
hands.
喧嘩してるんだから、旗から見りゃ血は喧嘩にしか見えんだろ、上皇。
Lol.
そうは言うがこうするより他にないのだから仕方あるまい。
Mayuri abruptly raised her hand.
はい、まゆし。
二人とももういい加減に喧嘩するのはやめた方がいいとマユシーは思います。
つうかさ、二人ともさっきからずっと同じこと言い合ってんじゃん。見てる方もそろそろ飽きてきたお。
I'm not doing this for their entertainment, but even I had begun to think that this war of words wouldn't lead anywhere. No, in reality, I'd realized that long ago I was merely waiting for a chance to say so. As I looked at Kurisu, I could see worry in her face. Perhaps she felt the same.
そうだな。まあ、マユリアダルの言うことももっともだと、俺も思わなくはないが。
私も異論はない。
では、今後どちらのせいだというのはなしにしないか。
そうね。
Whoops. That would have been a great time for the two of us to shake hands if we weren't holding hands already. That looks like Mr. Krabs' pincher. Okay. What is this? Oh my god. He drew separate fingers. He didn't draw like a whole freaking like molded hand like that. This probably won't put an end to our arguing on a larger scale, but it seems like we have a temporary truce, at least.
それで今日は二人ともどうするのかな？
Wait, what are they planning on doing?
どうするってどういうこと？
だって確か二人とも1メートル以上離れられないんだよね。クリスちゃんはお茶の水のホテルで暮らしてるんだっけ？
冗談じゃない。岡部と一緒にホテルに行くなんてごめんよ。
I know. I had the perfect retort lined up, but knowing that it would spark another argument, I managed to hold my tongue at the very last second.
それじゃあ二人ともここに泊まるってこと？
やむを得んがそうせざるを得ないだろうな。
クリスちゃんも？
仕方ないけど、それしか方法がないならそうするしかないわね。
そっか。
After we answered, Mayuri seemed lost in thought.
あのね、二人には悪いんだけど、マユシーは帰らなきゃならないんだ。
まあそうだろうな。
ダルくんは？
僕ももうちょっとしたら帰るつもりだお。
だよね。っていうことは、もう少しでオカリンとクリスちゃん二人っきりになっちゃうけど、大丈夫かな？
That's right. Wait, he made another grunty noise. Why does he have all these like weird ass noises? I had forgotten something very important. As it gets dark, Kurisu and I will be left alone. Which means...
それダメ。困る。
Which means...
マユシーも一緒にいてあげたいのは山々なんだけどね。今日はどうしても帰らなきゃならないんだ。
Oh no.
そこをなんとか。
ごめんね、クリスちゃん。
What's wrong with like them staying together alone?
でも
Unchaperoned.
タラ君なら頼めば残ってくれるかも。
Let's see.
橋田が
She sounded so hopeful that Hashida was gonna stay. Kurisu looked at me and Daru, one after another.
岡部と橋田と私さ
あ、僕ならマキセ氏が行っちゃダメって言ってくれたらここに残ってもいいけど
I know.
誰が言うか。
心配しなくてもオカリンと二人で襲ったりしないから大丈夫だってばよ。はあ
Wow.
よれなこの変態っていうか、そんなこと言われてお願いって言うわけないだろうが。
She makes a good point.
ひでえな。ちょっとしたアメリカンジョークなのに。
Is it though?
どこがアメリカンジョークだ。そもそも橋田が言うと冗談に聞こえないのよ。
Maybe he's right about you being harsh, assistant.
まあでも冗談は置いといて。本当は僕も今日はちょっと用事があって帰らなきゃいけないんだよね。
So, in the end, Kurisu and I will be left here alone, after all.
そっか。でも多分大丈夫だよ、クリスちゃん。こう見えてもオカリンは紳士だから変なことはしないと思うな。ね、そうだよね、オカリン。
こう見えてもというのは気になるところだが、一部では辞書で紳士と引けば岡部倫太郎のことと書かれているともっぱらの評判だ。
ほらね。
Okay.
だけど紳士は紳士でも変態紳士だったりするかもなのだ。
なおさら信用できんわ。
It's a gentleman
と
perv.
いうか常習よ。お前、今までだって何度もここに泊まっているだろう。今さら心配することもあるまい。
あのな、どう考えてもいつもとは状況が違うでしょうが。
Ugh, I'm just trying to tell you not to worry, damn it.
とにかく変なことしようとしたら大声出すからな。
Wait, what? Alone? Check. Handcuffed to to one another? Check. Hotel? Trivago? Trivago? What the hell is Trivago? Or like, do you mean to say trivial? Trivago.
お前こそ妙なことしたら許さんからな。
なんで私がしなきゃなんないのよ。
What an annoying conversation. Think about it, she's just my assistant. We're only gonna spend one night together. What does she think I'm gonna do? What? You seriously don't know this? Wow. Okay, I don't know. No, I don't know what Trivago is. Trivago? I have no idea. I looked up Trivago and what, it's a company? I have no idea what Trivago is. Unless we're supposed to space out Trivago? No, I don't know. What the hell's Trivago? Hotel finding site? Oh, I don't know. I don't really travel, so I don't look for hotels, especially what with COVID and stuff going on, so. And like, why? Sorry. I didn't get the joke, I guess, because you're like, Hotel Trivago, even though she's already staying at a hotel. What?
俺だ。何？助手が機関の手先なのではないか。
Joke is completely lost on me.
心配するな。たとえそうだとしても、あんな尻にもうご飯の残るような女に惑わされる俺ではない。
Put me against the wall and cuff me forcefully wet. What the fuck? Give it back. That's the private property is no joke and can land you in serious legal consequences. You give it back right now, mister. You guys popped my just chatting cherry, lol. Lol. And that was with the Steins Gate game, I think. Is that really back in like May of last year? I thought I played Steins Gate earlier than that. Well, I guess I played it around then.
おい、何気に失礼なこと言ってないか？
Wait.
猛虎犯女は黙っているがいい。
猛虎犯なんてないわよ。
もうまたそうやって喧嘩して。
Mayuri spoke up in a rare fit of anger.
いいですか？マユシーはそろそろ帰っ
Mayuri
ち
is
ゃうけ
angry.
ど、二人とも仲良くするんで
She's
すよ。
angry.
喧嘩なんかしちゃダメだからね。
はい。
すみません。
Daw.
二人ともいいお返事です。それでナル君はどうする？
あ、僕も帰るよ。とその前にオカリン。
なんだ？
例の新しいガジェットのために適当にラボにあるパーツとか使ってもいいよね。
ああ、もちろんだ。すべてはお前に任せる。好きにしろ。
オキドキ。
何？あんたまだこれ以上ガジェット増やすつもりなの？
当然だ。ちょっと新作を作ったからって、このラボはお前だけの力で持っているのではないということを思い知るがいい。
誰もそんなこと思っとりゃせんわ。
それじゃあマユシーたちは帰ります。二人とも仲良くね。
オカリン、一緒に魔法使いになろうなって誓ったあの日のこと忘れるなよ。
What? Wait, what? I never agreed to that. Mayuri angry. What's the safe word, lol? Mayuri can't get angry. At most, she can get angry. When Kurisu can get more angry, she can get angry. Inky, how'd you know? How'd I know what? What's up, Gunther? How you doing? How'd I know what? What did I know? I know lots of things. How do you know that I know? That you know that I know? Or something like that. It's after 9 p.m. Mayuri and Daru left after 5 minutes ago, or about 5 minutes ago. In that time, the silence has only been broken by the ticking of the clock. Neither one of us has said a word. I can feel the tension in the air. I'm sure there's been situations that put Kurisu and I alone in this room before, at least as far as I can remember. But I didn't think anything of them at the time. Neither did she, most likely. At a glance, this is about the same sort of thing. But what's with this tension in the air? It's so thick I can hardly breathe. Don't tell me this is going to last until tomorrow afternoon. I don't think I'd be able to take it. The worst part about all of this is the silence. So maybe if I break the silence, things will get back to normal. One word. That's all it would take to fix things. Okay. Wait, I want to... Did they overlap that? Yeah, they overlapped the sound. That's funny. What awful timing. While I'm the jokeful type, but there are some impulse-based jokes even I consider tasteless. Vivi? Wait, what's this? Oh, Vivi. This is safe word went. How'd you know I'm from Amsterdam? When did I say that you were from Amsterdam? Did I say this? Oh. Because you're riding a bike to get to the stripper club. Lol. Lol. This is what they do in Amsterdam, just ride around on bikes and have stripper red light districts everywhere. Red light districts everywhere. Our words stumbled over each other.
Nani?
They're so awkward.
特にこれというわけではない。
私も特にないんだけど。
More grunting. Silence again. Damn it. Why would she start talking when she's got nothing to say? No, she must have been thinking the same thing I was. But our awkward timing ruined any chance at a conversation. Something. There's gotta be something we can talk about. What did we talk about up till now, anyway? Now that I think about it, it's only been about 10 days since we first met. We talked about time travel, D-mail, experiments, and gadgets. In fact, so much of our conversation has been centered around gadgets that we haven't spent any time in casual conversation with one another. Of course, discomfort will arise when we're forced into a situation like this, and this awkwardness will only continue until something is done. Anything. I just have to say something.
そういえば喉が渇いたな。
Nice one. Nice one, Okabe.
それにしても今日も暑いわね。
そういえば確かドクターペッパーの買い置きがあったはずだが。
That is like the worst thing to talk about, like the weather. It's like you're really reaching when you're talking about the weather.
なんでも今年は記録的な猛暑になるって言ってたっけ？
Oh no.
いや、そういえばあれは昨日飲んでしまったのだったか。
Wait, they're both having separate conversations.
そういえば友達が言ってたけどアメリカもかなり暑いらしいのよね。
こんなことなら今日のうちに買ってきておけばよかったな。
それにしても温暖化の原因が二酸化炭素だっていう間違った情報はいつになったら撤回されるのかしらね。
Who says stuff like this? Formally redacted inaccurate statement that carbon dioxide is the main cause of global warming. Only Kurisu.
参った参った。
ほんと参っちゃうわよね。
This is all wrong. It almost looks like we're having a conversation, but we're just rambling to ourselves. How long can we monologue like this? There's no way we can keep it up until noon tomorrow. None. And why is it so hard to come up with something to talk about all of a sudden? There's only one thing I can do in a situation like this. Oh no.
どうした？さっきから態度がおかしいではないか。いつもの威勢の良さはどこへ行ったのだ、クリスティーナよ。
何よ急に。
お前に一つ言っておいてやろう。この法王院教魔は狂気のマッドサイエンティ
He's
ストだ。
turning to his Chunibyo
対象は常に研究と実験。
to connect to people.
それに伴う結果により世界の支配構造に破壊と混沌をもたらすことにある。
いきなり何なんだ。
つまり目下のところ俺の興味の対象は科学的思考にのみあり、女であるとか色であるとかそういうことに対する関心は極めて低いと言っているのだ。
え？岡部ってもしかしてそっちの人？
Wait. What do you mean by that?
だからほらベーコ
Wait, did he?
そっちとはなんだ。
Oh, he didn't say it out loud.
ンレタスっていうかブラックリストっていうかブリティッシュライブラリーっていうか。
はあ。
Wait, hold on. I just realized what she's talking about. Well, how can I put this gingerly? Bacon lettuce, blacklist, British library. Do you guys know what she's talking about? A. The weather sure is nice today. B. What are you talking about? It's raining. A. Oh, sorry. I was looking at your eyes. Taste this. Jicky, don't murder me. B.O. Yeah.
一体何を言っているんだ?
Because he was saying he has no interest in women. I have a little need for women and things that accompany them.
だからうほっとかあーとか言わせんな恥ずかしい。
Bacon lettuce. BL. Wait. Boys love?
恥ずかしいのはお前だ。男と見るとカップリングだなんだと何でもかんでもくっつけたがるこの不女子の目。なぜ俺が誰なんぞと。
She's
やめろバ
blushing.
カ、想像しちゃっただろうが。
バカはお前だ。想像するんじゃない今欲しい。
Oh god, now I'm almost imagining it.
言っとくけど私にその趣味はないかな。だけどあんたってばまゆりみたいな子がそばにいるってのにただの幼馴染だって言うし、それにさっきだって。
さっきだといつ俺がそんなな話をしたというのだ。
そうじゃなくてさ、あんたと柱が約束したっていう。
約束？
ほら言ってたじゃない、一緒に魔法使いになろうって。
Wait, what? They'll stay pure until your wedding night? Oh. Wait, what? That's what I heard. Oh yeah, that's what Hashida did say. I recall him saying something like that.
そういうのに嫌悪感を持ってる男が増えてるって聞いたけど、あれ本当なのかって思って。
Yeah, I like her voice too. When it's not screaming.
俺はそんな約束を交わした覚えはない。
どうだか。
本当だ。現に俺はバリバリの肉食系だ。チャンスさえあれば骨の手まで食べ尽くしてやるほどだな。
What?
チャンスさえあれば。
What?
あ、
骨の髄まで。
Kurisu wordlessly slid away from me. How could this happen while I was trying to soothe her anxieties? Methinks this girl is a little too nervous.
さっきと言ってること全然違う。
待て。今のは言われたから答えただけで、そういうつもりではないぞ。
肉食を自慢する男の人って。
とにかく落ち着け。これ以上離れると。
Beady beady. He overcompensated, Lord. I was interrupted by a jolt of electricity.
だから言ったではないか。
そういうことはもっと早く言えと言ってるじゃない？
Perhaps because she realized anger would lead to another shock, Kurisu calmed herself halfway through her sentence. That last shock must have been her feeling a little more cautious.
とにかくそこまで不安なら言っておいてやる。俺は誓って何もしない。本当だ。だから安心しろ。
信用してもいいんだな。
アインシュタインに誓って。
I raise my right hand as I take the
わかっ
oath.
た。そこまで言うなら信じてやる。
よし、そうと決まれば、さっきのような時間を過ごしてもしょうがない。
The longer the silence and inaction continues, the slower this seems to pass. The way we experience time is not absolute, but relative. According to the general theory of relativity, the way our bodies experience time is dependent on gravity. Naturally, changing gravity is beyond us at the moment. Which is why it's so critical for us to find some activity that makes it feel as though time is passing more quickly.
明日の昼12時まで少しでも気が紛れ、かつ時間の進みが早く思えるように。そうだな。ここは何かゲームでもして過ごすというのはどうだろうか。
ゲーム？そんなものここにあったっけ？
いや、俺もわからんが、とりあえず開発室のパソコンでできるゲームがないか探してみよう。
With that, I persuaded Kurisu to look for a game with me, and...
なんだこれは！エロゲしか置いてないではないか！
Oh no, not Edo games. We discovered an assortment of games with very adult cover art. There was no end to them. If he can afford all these games, he should be able to afford to donate to the lab. Kurisu gave me a cold stare.
違う。これは俺のではない。全部ダルのだ。
Kurisu slides 30 centimeters away from me. There's no way I could play any of these with her.
そうだな。考えてみれば、二人モニターの前に並んでパソコンでゲームというのもおかしな話だ。
We'd have to use something else.
そうだ、思い出した。もっとこうボードゲームのようなものがあったような気がするぞ。ほら、お前もやったことがあるだろう。ライフゲームとかモノポリストとかそれ系のやつだ。
そうね。確かにあの手のゲームなら何回かやっているうちにあっという間に時間が過ぎそうね。
だろう、確か前にマユリたちとみんなで遊ぶようにとどこかで買っておいたものがあったはずだ。あれを探そう。
Wait, like what? Killing time? We searched the laboratory for a board game this time, and we found...
これはツイスターではないか。
Twister! You have to know what Twister is. It's a game where you put your hands and feet on randomly chosen colored spaces and basically get intertwined with the other players. So what is it doing here? As far as I remember, we've never played anything like this in the lab. Could this possibly be another result of the D-mail I sent? But that led to another problem.
岡部、あんたわざとやってるでしょ。
違う、俺はこんなものがここにあったことさえ知らん。
Oops, sorry. If you She falls silent and goes for a double slide away combo. By this point, we'd realized that the kill time with the game idea was going nowhere. Adorable Tsun. She angry. So instead, we went to a convenience store to get some snacks and ended up standing around there reading manga and magazines until about midnight.
それにしても1メートル以上離れちゃダメっていうのは思ってたよりもずっと大変ね。
Couldn't they just go to sleep? She's not kidding. Staying close was especially hard outside, where simply walking out a step with each other could lead to a sudden shock. The convenience store was nearly as tough. It's easy to separate if one person sees something that catches their interest and the other doesn't notice and takes a couple steps forward. We suffered more than a few shocks that way, which made the staff very suspicious of us.
普通に日常生活に支障をきたすレベルだな。
商品化するとしたら改良する必要があるわね。
クリスティーナよ、お前この状況でまだそんなことを考えているのか？
当たり前でしょ。不幸な事故とはいえ、こうしてモニターする機会ができたんだから、どうせなら活用しなきゃ。じゃないと何のために嫌な思いまでしてこんな状況に甘んじてるんだかわかんないでしょうが。
まさに実験大好きっ子だな。またの名を実験バカとも言う。
あら、科学者としては普通のことよ。それとも自称マッドサイエンティストの法王院京馬さんはそんなことすら考えられないほど混乱してたのかしら。
冗談ではない。当然俺も同じようなことを考えていたに決まっているだろう。
どうだか。
She's just like Mairi. She may initially panic once an unexpected event occurs, but when she has time to pull herself together, she's perfectly composed. I feel like women have nerves of steel when the chips are down.
それにしてもほんとこの部屋暑いわよね。海外ならまだしも今時日本でエアコンないとか健康的文化的な最低限度の生活に支障。
その資金を得るためのガジェット制作でもあるのだ。とりあえずこれでも飲んで我慢しろ。
I took a Dr. P out of the convenience store bag and offered it to Kurisu. But she turned it down with a shake of her head.
いらない。
なぜだ？
そうね。好きだけど今はやめとくわ。
She said as beads of sweat ran down her forehead. She's an odd one.
この暑さだと夜だろうが建物の中だろうが熱中症になる可能性があるというぞ。そうなってからでは知らんからな。
Well, she doesn't want it, I'll drink it. I twisted off the cap and downed about half of it in a single guzzle. It was perfectly chilled, perhaps because it had been in the store's cooler for a while. It doesn't sell very well, and tasted delicious. The tension in the air after our first shock and the weird feeling that lasted until just a few minutes ago had both completely evaporated. At this rate, we should have no problem making it to tomorrow afternoon. Or will they? Uh-oh, this sounds like trauma music. I can hardly believe it. I'd hoped the rest of the time would fly by without incident, but such was not the case. It was just after 2 a.m. I never would have imagined it would come over me so suddenly. What can I do? Kurisu is right next to me, reading an article written in English. I look at her. I try to quell the urge, but it's growing and growing inside me. Overpowering me. I can't take it anymore.
おい、さっきから何隣でもじもじしてるんだ。気が散るでしょうが。
Oh, maybe he needed to go to the bathroom. Oops. Downs half the pee in a single guzzle, eh? Lel. Damn, that made me laugh. I don't know, man. I think he really is BL. Guzzling in that pee. That Dr. P. Oops. Without a word, I took her hand.
何のつもり？
クリスティーナよ、
I can't.
あんたもしかして
I didn't need to say a word for her to understand my desire. I know. You know what, though? I think that's why she turned down the drink. She turned down the drink even though she was probably thirsty herself. She's a sharp woman. I nodded slowly and firmly.
お前がドクターペッパーを飲まなかった理由が今分かった。
What a dum dum.
やっぱりかトイレか催しちゃったのか
総貯水容量ギリギリでもはや決壊寸前だ。
Oops.
あんなにグビグビ飲むからだ。
こうなることが分かっていたならあの時に一言でも言ってくれれば。
This is bad. Even tensing my abdomen to yell at her makes me feel like everything's gonna leak out of me.
というわけでトイレに行くぞ。ついてくるがいい。
だが断る。
だが断る. She responded without batting an eye.
お前やはりアットチャンネラーだな。
Lol.
何のことよ。私はただ断るって言っただけよ。だが断るだなんて言ってない。
ふん、語るに落ちたな。アットチャンネラーでないのならなぜだが断るがアットちゃん用語だと知っている。
Schooled.
天才少女マキセクリスはアットチャンネラーである。この情報をマスコミは買ってくれるだろうか。
どうでもいいけど、あんたトイレに行きたいんじゃなか
I
ったの？
know, he's like arguing with her, but like he has to go real bad. He wants to go to the washroom and she thinks he's about to confess his love. Never mind. No, she's not that dumb. She's not that dumb, dude.
あ、そうだった。こうしちゃ俺。とにかくトイレだ。今すぐトイレに行く
And
から
it's
つい
like
てくるのだ。
that's perfectly why she turned down the drink in the first place. At channel, it's like a 4chan. 4chan. So she like she comes off as this like kind of like genius girl, but like you wouldn't know it, but like she's actually really into like anime like kind of culture and stuff like that. I guess equivalent to @chan would be like Reddit, a redditor, kinda. You know 4chan, right? だが断る. That's like memes, kind of like that.
だから断ると言ったろうが。
Lol.
お前は俺がここでいたしてしまってもいいというのか。
うわあ、恥ずかしい。19にもなっておもらししちゃ
Oh,
う
okay.
男の
Someone
人っ
asked how
て。
old he was. He's 19. So.
そんなことを言っていられるのも今のうちだぞ。ひとたび俺の体がエクスプロージョンを起こせばお前もただでは済まないことになるんだぞ。分かっているのか。
Thanks. Yes, I know 4chan is filled with degenerates that boggle the mind. Well, there you go. That's what @channeler is referring to 4chan.
それともあれか。まさか。
Oh my god.
それは度合いで言うとかなりの変態具合だぞ。
There's my alarm. I gotta get going. So, we're probably gonna have to pause it here. Save it here. Do I want to overwrite here? Yeah. Aporia Pitiful Grief. Interesting chapter name. And we won't get to see if he gets to go to the bathroom. Been a while? What is this clip? I'll check out this clip later. Last thing I saw last stream before I snoozed. Oh, okay. So you weren't here when my stream died. My stream died late last night, and it cut off the stream. But anywho, thank you guys for being here. I wonder if I should raid. You guys want to raid? We go raid quickly. I guess I have time for a raid. Let's see who he's on right now. Who's on? We have Carl Feather playing some Bloodborne. Let's go and say hi to him. Why not? See, what is he doing? Is he PvPing? Something. He's doing something. No, I wasn't. RIP. Yeah, no, my stream died last night because my ISP died on me. So I was like, no. It tends to die on me at late hours at the night time, but I can't pinpoint like what time they do it or like when it does that consistently. So, oh well. Maybe my ISP is telling me that I shouldn't stream super late. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me today. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your afternoon or whatever time it is you guys are in that world. What do I normally say? I'm forgetting now. Anywho, I will see you guys in the next stream. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. Bye!